I told y'all I was gonna do the prompt. I told y'all. Let me get Papa Doc in here real quick. This shit gonna be funny as fuck. Let me see. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, let's tap the screen. Let's share the live out real quick. Let's get some people in here. If we can tap to 2,000, let me see, 2,000 likes. That should get us on the FYP. Let me see, who else can I invite in here? I don't know how to say your name in the comments. Let me see. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Kakea, I think? If you can invite some Dominicans in here, that would be helpful. Let me see. Where's Papa Doc at? Hey, Juanito, if you can come up. I told Papa Doc I was going to do this topic. Look at the Dominican guy with dreads and a daishiki on. I told him I was going to do this prompt. Since people want to call Dominican, they want to call them Pan-African. They want to call them Afro-Dominican, Black. So we'll do a topic about it. So you guys can come up. And the next prompt is, do Haitians have Taino ancestry? So we're going to do that. Personally, I don't know. I think I feel like some of them do. I don't know. Okay, who wants to come? Okay, guys, we got to tap. Let's get to 2,000. This should be a good topic. You know, hopefully I don't get cussed out. Hey, Harambe, what the fuck? I see you went from a monkey to a penguin. That's so funny. Let's tap, guys. Let's get to 2,000 likes. I hope you're doing well, Harambe. I hope you're doing well. I don't go to your lives a lot, but I'll try to make it. I just be really busy. But guys, we're gonna talk about this today. A lot of people like to call Dominicans Black. Harambe. Okay, I never heard of that. A lot of people like to call Dominicans Black because of their African ancestry, but they are not technically Black. And DR, they don't claim they're Black. They claim they're Dominican Republic. They're Dominican and they're from the Dominican Republic. When they come to America, they classify as either from the Dominican Republic, or they'll say like they're Black or white. It just depends. But technically, they're not supposed to go by either Black or white because it's a different ethnicity. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to talk really fast. So, for example, if there's a Dominican person that looks Black, right? They look Black. Like, you look at them, you're like, oh, this looks like a Black American. Technically, what they're saying now that they're not really Black. They just need to go by Dominican. That's it. So this is why I did this topic, because people say, oh, I'm Afro-Dominican, but really, that's not a term. That's like saying you're Afro-Jamaican. If that makes sense to you guys, I'm talking really fast. But yeah, so I did this topic to troll a little bit because, there's white tea people. Well, I'm gonna say European. They look like really white, and they say that they're from the Dominican Republic. They wouldn't be considered white in America. Like, you can't call them a white Dominican. That's not a term that you're supposed to use. You're just supposed to use like you're Dominican, because then it kind of gets you confused with other white people, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's what a lot of people, they just want to identify with their nationality, if that makes sense, right? Because then you say like, oh, I'm Euro Dominican. So I get it. And I thought like when people come to the United States, they can classify with either white or black, but people are saying, no, just say you're Dominican. That's it. So yeah, it's confusing, but I get it. Like Jamaicans, some Jamaicans will say they're Jamaican. They're not going to say, oh, I'm black, you know. Some of them do, but other Jamaicans that are kind of like old school, they'll just say, oh, I'm Jamaican. So yeah. But guys, we're almost at 2,000. I'll let y'all up. Y'all can talk y'all shit. Just be respectful. As for Haitians being Taino, you have to do like an ancestry test to see. I don't know who was there first on the island, because in Jamaica the Tainos were there first. So Haitians would have to do like a genealogy test to see, you know, where they come from. So yeah, but I'm gonna start letting y'all up. I'm learning, so. All right, let me see.
Okay, so if
Hey Jojo, what's
Dominicans
up?
have Taino
Huh?
ancestry, would the Haitians have Taino? If Dominicans have Taino ancestry for the most part, wouldn't it make sense that Haitians also have Taino ancestry since they share the same island?
So
The island
no,
was
and
called Hispaniola at one point.
so this is the difference, Jojo. So if you look at a Haitian, right, they have like darker skin, they have more African ancestry,
I know
and
that. That's
then
just colorism. That's
Dominicans
just the
are like,
colorism, though.
no, it's not just that. It's Dominicans are more like they have more of a mixture. Like they have either European, African,
Yes, because they
Taino.
were, yeah.
So
Yeah, so
Haitians
Haitians. So
technically weren't colonized as much. So
that's
yeah,
because
that's why.
Haitians. That's
Yeah.
because Haitians were colonized by the French, whereas Dominican were colonized by the Spanish. Two different sets of the groups. Does not mean that they still don't have Taino ancestry. At the end of the day, that island that they're on before it was split into Haiti and Dominican Republic was called Hispaniola. It was initially one island with no borders. And then they had the borders because the French and the Spanish could not deal with each other. They were fighting too much. So they split the island into two, which is why we now have Haiti, which is French, and Dominican, which is Spanish. That
I'm
does
not
not
really
change the
good with the
fact that
history, but
I'm telling you the
it's a
history
little
as
it's a little
that's what I'm telling
different.
you.
Yeah, it's a little
No,
different. I'm not
no,
really
that
good with that part, but I
that's why
heard
I'm
that they
telling
don't
you the
have
history
that
of it.
much
What year did
ancestry.
the French arrive to the island, Jojo?
I would have to research as to when the French arrived to
Oh, but
Haiti.
you're giving her the history though, right?
I'm Jamaican, so just like MICAH is.
But you were saying you was giving her the history.
However, I am going based off of the history from Haiti that I learned while in Jamaica, and the history that I learned of Haiti when I was in Jamaica was that it was one island, called Hispaniola, before it was split into two. And the reason why Haitians speak French is because they were colonized by the French, and the reason why Dominicans speak Spanish is because they were colonized by Spaniards. So again, that is just basic history. I can tell you when exactly it was done if I do a quick research, but that still does not change the fact that they were one island at one point that did not have a split until then. It was initially one
Okay,
island.
so Jojo,
But you don't know when the French arrived though.
so I did a Google
It's important
search
to know
like
when
a
the
week
French
ago
arrived.
about that. I'm gonna read it to you guys. But
No,
who wants to go first?
I spoke on the topic.
Because when the French arrived,
FYI.
these so-called Taínos were non-existent.
That does not mean that there's still not okay. So Tainos are pretty much non-existent in Jamaica too. There's a very small percentage of them. Does
Well,
not
wait
mean
a
that
minute.
there's not
Hold on,
people with
Jojo.
Taino
If
ancestry.
Haitians have Taino, this shit, Jamaica's
That's why I
definitely
said.
the
That's why I said
fuck.
some.
Nah,
That's why I said
the fuck.
some have Taino. So
Hey,
just
we
be
can't
okay.
give them all the
Let me repeat
credit
it.
now.
No, MICAH, listen to me again.
Damn, I don't know if this
Just
is
okay.
blurry or
Just
not.
if you look at it,
I
MICAH,
got
if you
you.
look at the Taino ancestry in Jamaica, there's like a 8%. Okay, so based off of that, there's not many. Like I said, there's not many with Taino ancestry. It's not to say that there's not any with Taino ancestry. There's some, but not as many. So just because there wasn't that many Tainos when the French took over, does not mean there's still not Haitians in Haiti that have some Taino ancestry.
Okay,
It
I'm
could
gonna put
still
a
be
pin
some.
on it because I want
The thing is that
Some is a word, but
before
like
the
you have to ask
Haitians,
what percentage.
the Taínos were extinct already, 200 years, 300 years before the Haitians got there.
okay. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna let Rican go. I'm gonna let Black Force go. Then we'll go to Not White. I don't know how to say your name, sir, so I'm gonna call you C because I don't want to fuck your name up. Go ahead, Rican.
Okay,
Cacique.
so
Cacique. Okay.
I know that in the Caribbean islands, Puerto Rico has the most Taino in ancestry. Then it's Dominican Republic. And I didn't know about Cuba, because I knew Jamaicans have Taino. And then Haiti's at the very bottom. You can't see it in this little thing, but it says very little to no Taino ancestry in the general population of Haiti.
Like I said, for Jamaica, also very low.
Hold on real quick, Jojo. I gotta get to the rest of the
Jojo, this
people.
has nothing to do with Jamaica.
There's some.
We're speaking about the island of Hispaniola.
Okay, hold on, Jojo. Not White. Do you want to go or you want Black Force to go? It's either one of y'all.
No, let everybody else go.
Okay.
You said it was my turn.
Black Force, go ahead. You want to go?
Yeah, so this is been construed because of colonization, the indoctrination, and what the colonizers have painted a Native American indigenous people to look like. But if you look around the world, like, I don't know, Australia, Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, the Philippines, the oldest tribes have the key genetic marker of the Afro. Now, just like in these other places, it's no different. In Haiti, in the Caribbeans, in the Americas, the Aboriginal indigenous people are the people with the Afro. Now, the biggest difference between Haiti and the DR is Haiti people kept their genetics and a lot of their, copper skin tone. And the DR, there's a lot more people with straight hair, but they still have the Afro out there as well. So if you're looking at this from a pre-colonizational standpoint, you're talking about really one people, one Afro people that traveled all around the globe, not only just in the Americas and the Caribbeans, but you're also talking about Australia and Papua New Guinea and the Malaysia, all the Afro people out there that are indigenous and amongst the oldest tribes. So this colonizational indoctrination, where we believe that the Haitians come from Africa, they're not indigenous to look at the first Haitian army. What was their name? Indigenous army. They knew they were indigenous. They knew who they were. That's why they were called the Indigenous Army.
Okay, so hold your thought.
All this colonizational whitewashing of history, we got to stop it. We got to unlearn this indoctrination.
All right, hold your thought really quick.
Look at this.
Hold on. You had your time. I gotta get to the next person. Not White, it's your turn. Then Kakea, I think that's your name. Go ahead, Not White.
Oh, I'm just saying we have genetic testing. Genetic testing has already solved this. Most Dominican, but majority of the Dominican population is of mulatto descent. Between 80 to 85% of the Dominican population has African DNA. So I don't understand why Haitians want to lock with this Taino stuff when in the Dominican Republic there is a battalion called Los Hombres de Ranas, meaning the lizardmen. So does that mean because that battalion name is the lizardmen, that means that Dominicans are genetically lizards? That was just a name that battalion had from Haiti. Anybody else can go.
Okay. Oh shit! I thought you flashed my light. I was about to have a heart attack. Kakea, go ahead. Oof!
Like I was
Almost
saying,
gave me a heart attack.
yeah,
Go ahead.
like I was saying, cacique means chieftain. Higuey was one of the chieftains of the island. All right. So first off, you got to look at the timeline when the Haitians got there, when the indigenous population were extinct, and who carries that marker, that DNA marker. I'm not going to say it hasn't been passed down to a lot of Haitians through the descendants of the ones that already had that marker. But you cannot say, oh, they named them the Indigenous Army for a reason. I can name myself cacique. That means chieftain. Does that mean I'm a chieftain?
That's it.
Are you asking me, or?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's different. They actually had an army and they knew who they were. This was hundreds of years ago you're talking about. Before, and again, they were getting rid of those colonial titles, which was convincing the Afro-Indigenous populations of the Americas that they didn't come from America. That was part of, colonial's, biggest trick, was it convincing us that this isn't our land, when actually it is. And they broke that mind spell. That's why they named themselves indigenous, for a reason.
Okay. Mike, go ahead.
Well, so I mean, I think no white already said it pretty much. The I mean, we know that by the time of the Haitian independence, 3/4 of the population was born in Africa, and there was the rest of the black people there were the descendants of people born in Africa. So the last records we have of Taino people were from the 1500s, and the French didn't start occupying the other side and bringing slaves until the
1660.
1700s.
Yeah, 1660.
So there's like 100-year gap there since the Tainos were present there in the island, as not in terms of people being their descendants, but there being a independent ethnicity in the island. So there's not a scientific way. All these conversations are really, I would say, crazy crazy ideas that go around, and we can argue about them and spend time here. But if you look at the science, if you look at the historic records, it's okay. It's okay to not have Taino ancestry. Like, there's a lot of countries that don't have it, and it's fine. We in the Dominican side, it's not like we have a lot. We average maybe 5 to 10%, depending where you are. So it doesn't make you less of a human for not having Taino ancestry. It is okay. I think if you are a majority African, you can be proud of that specifically. You don't have to lie to yourself for that. Take care of your side of the island. If you want to be respectful to the people that were there, that inhabited that, you can take care of that side. You can take care of the land. You can take care of the resources there. And I think that that's a way for you to really show respect to the Taino people that inhabited the Hispaniola island for hundreds, thousands of years.
All right.
Bro, there's a lot of the towns still have Taino names in the Dominican Republic side. A whole majority of the towns.
So
Yeah, but
how do you guys?
naming something doesn't make it like.
No, I
There's a
know
lot
that.
of towns in Haiti that have French names.
Yeah.
How do you
That
guys feel about the term Afro-Dominican? Because I never heard of that shit until 3 weeks ago, I think. That shit is so fucking corny as hell. But
Colonization term.
yeah, like, that's so funny to call somebody that, because if you're not doing it in your country, why are we calling people that? That's kind of weird. I don't know. It just sounds backwards, because it's like, if they're Afro-Dominican, what about their other parts? What if one family member is mixed with white, right? And then one family member is more African, if that makes sense.
that comes
It's like,
from.
why would you call yourself Afro-Dominican? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I feel like calling yourself Afro-Dominican is like it's like there's no point of it, because we, like, everybody knows Dominicans have African ancestry. So off the bat, like, Dominicans are mixed race. So I feel like
And
people who call
European too.
themselves,
European
yeah,
ancestry. Exactly. So
yeah,
then you're knocking off the other
Spaniard,
shit that you have.
The
right,
Canary Island,
exactly.
Africa, and Taino mixture.
Right. So I feel like it's just redundant to say, oh, I'm Afro-Dominican. I mean, I feel like people who do that is because it kind of became like a term nowadays, like on the internet. Like, because Dominicans come in all colors. Like, there's black, there's white, there's yellow, there's brown. Like, it is what it is.
When was
Yeah, I think
Dominican
it's more
given?
like I think it's
When
more
was
like
the name
clarifying
Dominican
their
given to that
heritage,
group of
because
people?
like I felt the same way when I heard people say, "Oh, Afro Jamaican" or "Euro Jamaican." I'm like, what? I'm like what the fuck? I'm like, when the hell did we say that? Like, as
That
someone who grew
shit
up in
sounds
Jamaica,
so corny, Jojo.
we
Like,
never
just
said
say
that. But
it. Say it
yeah, but
again.
I'm just saying, I think people
Afro-Jamaican.
were trying to I think it was the Americans, honestly, who were trying to put in race into countries that don't view race the same way that we do here in America.
Yeah.
Because in Jamaica, we're just Jamaican. Doesn't matter what the fuck you look like. Doesn't matter what race you are. We're just Jamaican. So by putting this
Euro
whole,
Jamaican, like
Afro
your boy
this
M.
and
Dot.
I'm sorry?
like M. Dot, the white
Yeah, but you're calling yourself
reggae artist.
Jamaican.
He say he's
When did the
Jamaican. He's
term
Euro
Jamaican? When
Jamaican.
did the term Jamaican and Dominican come about? What year?
When did the term
Jamaica.
Jamaican and
Jamaica.
Dominican come about?
Exactly.
What has
I
what has that
mean,
to do
it would
with
probably be well before my grandparents.
Right,
So
but after colonialization. That's what I'm saying. You guys are using colonial terms to
Hey,
describe
no.
what do you mean? Read the name of the country?
Jamaica's
The
a
term
Taino
like
name, bro.
Dominican. That wasn't even what that part of the
Like
world was
the name
called.
was initially Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica
That's
is a
Taino.
Taino
That's a
name.
Taino.
Jamaica was the name. Jamaica, actually with an X, is actually the name before it was colonized. So it's really just a derivative of Jamaica.
That's what I'm saying. You're
That's
calling
the
yourself something that's a colonial term, Jamaican.
No,
That's not even what
maybe
the
no,
term
it's not a
is.
maybe
colonial
just
term.
spelling it that way, but the word is still the same.
Right. And
no
who was there before they coined it
no
Jamaican?
the colonial term for Jamaica, right?
Who
During
was in the Dominican
hold
Republic
on,
before
hold
they
on.
coined it Dominican Republic?
I'm about to explain it, right? The correct term for Jamaican is with an X, right? But when it was colonized under the Spaniards, it was called the first Santiago, Santiago or
Yeah,
something called
they
that.
call the
And
island
then
Santiago. Yep.
yeah, Santiago, and then from
Right.
there
And
when the British took,
who was there before
sir, allow me
the
to finish.
Europeans came?
Allow me to finish. And then when it was colonized
This
by the
is right
British,
there.
they called it a new name, and now they reverted back to calling it Jamaica.
Who was there before the Europeans came?
The leaf dwellers, which no longer exist.
The who?
The leaf dwellers.
The leaf driller. And did they have straight hair or did they have afro hair?
Why are you so fixated on this? I don't understand.
Because this is important to know the history before colonization.
There's nothing wrong with having African DNA.
Now I'm saying who was there?
Eighty-five
What
percent
kind of
of the
hair did they
Dominican
have?
population have African
What
DNA.
kind of hair did they have?
I don't
Leaf
understand why
people.
some of you Haitians want to be indigenous.
We've been here for thousands of years. What kind of hair did they have?
Wait, Black Energy is Haitian?
No, but he's one of those the indigenous people
Yeah, Afro
are
people
black.
are indigenous to the Americas.
Okay.
That is what that's his narrative.
Okay, Crystal Ball, go ahead. If he's
We're not
here.
saying that. We're also not saying that the indigenous
Cristobal.
people were white. Hold on, Jojo. We're not saying that the indigenous.
What?
Bago,
Your audio's
No, you
low.
guys never answered. Who was there? What kind of hair did the leaf people have? Did they have straight hair, or were they able to grow afros?
Wait, what? What's the question?
What kind of hair did the leaf people have? The people and the people who were in the Dominican Republic before he was even named, before Europeans came. What kind of hair did they
Why
have?
does that even matter?
Are you talking about the
Because we're
indigenous?
talking about a lineage of people, and the hair is a key genetic marker of those people. Just like the Aboriginals of Australia, just like the Aboriginals of Papua New Guinea, just like the Aboriginals of Malaysia, the oldest indigenous tribes in the
Well,
Philippines.
we have scientific studies that tell us how these people look like,
But
and
it's,
they look like the people in South America, the natives in South America. They come
could
from
they
South America.
could they grow afros? Could they grow afros?
Particularly from the Amazon forest.
Could they grow afros?
No, they don't grow afro.
And that's what I'm saying.
I don't see how that's
You're talking
relevant
about
because
colonial indoctrination of what Indians are supposed to look, or
wait, but
Native Americans are supposed to look like.
some Arabs and North Africans can grow afros. I don't see how that's relevant.
Arabs and North Africans. That's because they have African ancestry.
That's actually not true.
How are you in North Africa and you can grow an afro, but you're not
At
from
the
Africa?
baseline, though, the sub-Saharan admixture has no influence on the hair texture,
Of North Africans?
and Arabs alike. Yeah.
Large parts of
Wait. You
sub-Saharan
think
Africa is in North Africa.
you think sub-Saharan Africans have a monopoly on curly hair?
No, it's about the afro.
Oh, an afro.
It's not just curly straight
Quick
hair.
question.
We're talking about a specific key genetic marker.
I think
Okay, that's preposterous.
you're
How is it preposterous?
you're contradicting yourself by saying that they are natives and calling
They're
them
indigenous.
African or
Aboriginals.
indigenous to the Americas, right? That's what you're saying, right? They're indigenous.
Growing out
Just
afros
like
is not
the
unique
Afro
to
But then
Black
people in
Africans.
Australia. The person I have on my picture is an Afro Aboriginal
all right,
from
let me
Australia.
finish. Let me finish
Yeah,
this
His
question.
people are indigenous. He was
can
actually
find
one of the
you can
civil
find
rights leaders.
peninsula.
You
But
say
bro,
Let me
you can
finish.
find
Let me finish this.
Afro-Aboriginal? That seems like a redundant statement.
you
He's
can
actually
find
he was one of the
bro,
first civil rights
bro, this is
leaders
so
in
stupid.
Afro-Aboriginal is
Australia.
wild.
Dude, you can find peninsular Arabs that can grow out their hair that way.
Okay,
This is
okay,
a stupid
okay.
argument.
That means that if they can
No,
grow out their
no.
hair like this, that means they have
What
obviously
But
Afro
by
what
his
Also,
logic,
no
That
no
Bob
does
no
not
Ross is
also
mean
in
that.
black.
China,
By
also
his
in
logic,
China.
Bob Ross is black because he grew a fro.
no,
Yeah, Bob
that's not
Ross
Is
had
true.
an
Bob Ross
afro.
black?
But Bob Ross's
Jesus
fro is very
Christ.
different from this fro. Very
Okay,
different.
this is
Is
just
he black?
this is yo, this is so dumb, bro.
You got too many
Bob Ross had a
That's
black man's
true.
afro,
That's
bro.
like saying a black girl is white because she can straighten her hair.
So
That's
Oh, this
very
is so
different.
stupid.
Bob Ross had a
black.
black man's afro, dog.
So my question is this: you're
no
saying
no
they're
no no no
aboriginals?
no no
They're
no Mike, hold on.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do the
saying black
aborigin
people are
no
aboriginals. Just like in Australia, just
what
like
do
in
the
other continents, it's no different in
no,
America.
but the genetic makeup of the Aboriginals in Australia is
Aboriginals
completely
are only in
different. Hold
Australia,
up,
but
Jojo.
okay.
Hold up, Jojo. Shh, be quiet real quick. The whole point is, right? The genetic makeup for the Aboriginals of Australia is completely different from the genetic makeup of the indigenous
That's
people
not true.
from
They
South
share
of
the same key
Africa.
genetic markers, which
Oh,
is their
they
hair.
don't. No, the hair. This is
Look at
crazy.
this could be a black man in the 70s in America. What are you talking about?
This is yo.
They have
You
similar
need
genetic
you need
makeup.
help, bro. Honestly, you need help.
If you can't see the similarities here, you
No.
need
You
help.
Oh, I
no.
see
You
what's
need
but,
going
help.
on.
brother. What I'm trying to understand is this:
He's a pretendian.
you're claiming
No. It's not
that
pretending.
Afro
It's
people are
worse.
one people.
no, the
Oh,
African
Black
that's
people
not
are
true.
skin, dark
native to
skin,
the
Afro
Americans.
That's
people.
not true.
I'm
That's
basically
So
undoing colonization, which is basically
so
dividing us.
again, they're native to the Americans, but they're Africans. Can you
No, Afro
explain this?
people. They are
Yeah, you're
Afro
calling them
people.
Afro people.
Right. The people who carry the key genetic marker of the Afro.
the
All
term
right, so
Afro.
we're
The
talking about
term
hair
Afro was
texture.
also
That's
created
And
by
the
the
dark
Europeans.
skin
So you're
phenotype.
talking about a weight yo, I don't even know where to start with this, man. This is like really stupid.
It's
All right, can we
super
go back?
simple. It's
Okay,
showing that
okay.
the Afro people have a common
Okay. Can
ancestor.
we can we just go back to the public science of Haitians, like the public science of Haitian DNA? Like it's non-existent in the Haitian population. Why is this an argument?
Yeah, Haitians have little to no Taino ancestry.
But the word that is used, right, when you type this in, you ask how much Taino DNA is within the current Haitian population. The word that is used
That's
is
because
non-existent.
the
It's
DNA tests
little
are
to
the DNA tests
non-existent,
are
bro.
inherently wrong
Yeah,
because they're not accepting native indigenous Haitian people as
I
the
agree,
Taino
Christopher.
Dude,
people.
hey,
It's
let me
they're doing the DNA test through a
wait. Let me ask you
colonial.
something, guy.
Hold on,
Let me
they're
ask you
doing the
something quick.
DNA test through colonial spectacles. The
Okay,
sample size of the people they're testing it to is
Okay,
wrong.
so so
quickly. So
reference
we know.
populations are a conspiracy now,
Christopher,
right?
give me a chance.
It's not conspiracy. It's they're literally admitting that they're not testing the same
So
DNA.
it's a
If they were testing the
conspiracy.
same
It's a
DNA, it'd be
it's a
100% match.
it's a Dominican conspiracy,
They don't recognize the
right?
Haitian people as
Okay,
indigenous. That's why the
Can't
DNA
hear if
tests
everyone's
are different.
talking.
Black energy. Do you believe in science?
Of course.
It doesn't look like because you're picking and choosing.
No, I'm saying the framework is wrong. When you did do a DNA test to find out if there's a matching population, you have to do the DNA test that you're starting from, which is the Taino people. If you're saying that the Taino people are not the Haitian indigenous people, then of course you're going to get the wrong, test result.
Dude, Haiti and the Dominican Republic are in the same island. It was the reason why people in the Dominican Republic come up with Taino ancestry and Haitians not. You think there's a conspiracy around the world too? There's black people in the Dominican Republic.
No, I'm saying the DNA tests are
with
reductive. That's why it's not coming out.
but why is this exclusive to the Haitian reference?
Well, it's not.
population?
It's also exclusive to Black Americans. So a lot of Black Americans who have this indigenous ancestry, and they do their DNA tests. Guess what? It doesn't come back as indigenous because they don't recognize those people and those blood types as indigenous. It's
But
a
they
problem with
recognize
the system
everybody
they're
else.
using, not the
But
DNA test.
but they recognize everybody else.
They're doing the DNA test through a colonial lens, which is Black people are from Africa and nowhere else, which is false. Look at Papua New Guinea, look at Australia, look at Malaysia, look at the Philippines. The oldest tribes again all around the
your
world have
argument.
Afro people.
So what do we
Yeah,
do
but
with that?
it's your arbitrary definition of black. This is the issue.
No, it's
No,
you're
no,
using
no. It's perfectly
colonials.
no, no, no,
You're
no. It's
using
perfectly fine. We
colonization's
need to
arbitrary
ask him:
definition of black.
do the people of Papua New Guinea have the same genetic makeup
We didn't
as?
even call ourselves black before
Oh
the
my
Europeans came. But
God! Serious.
It's a social
Oh
construct.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no, Christopher, no, no, no. Yeah, let him get away. Yeah, you have to ask him: do the people of the Aboriginals of Australia and the people of Papua New Guinea do they have the same genetic makeup as those in the United States
I'm
as
sure it's
Black
not
Americans?
identical, but they have the common ancestry,
Oh
basically
my
marked by the key genetic marker, which is their
which would be
Afro
what?
hair.
Which would
That
be what? A
shows
Homo
common
sapien?
ancestry.
A Homo sapien? That's what you say?
No, not all Homo sapiens have Afro hair. Only specific ones, which is the Afro people of the Americas and Africa and all over the world, in Asia too. Look at this picture.
Oh, go ahead. Show me which one. Show me which one. You're gonna show me
This is
the
the oldest. This is the oldest tribe in Malaysia, the Batek people, and they all have Afro hair.
yes, because those were the ones that went in. Yes, that's where the Aboriginals originally came from. They were hopping from islands in the
They
south,
no,
in
there's
the
no
southwest
continent we
Eastern
didn't come
Asia.
from. We were everywhere.
Oh
Again,
my God, you were everywhere now. Okay,
name one
So
continent that doesn't
so
have
so
Afro
so so
people on it.
black,
Alaska,
my my
Antarctica.
my
We're
friend, quick
still
question.
everywhere. We're still
Oh,
everywhere.
Quick
Antarctica
question.
too. Okay, espérate, Mike.
Yo, he
Wait,
is
no,
right. He is right. Haitians are everywhere.
Okay,
no, he
Oh, what
said
are
quick
you
no.
talking
Please
question.
don't
about?
put this on the Haitians. Don't put
I
this on
want
the
to know
Haitians.
this. So
Put this
you're
on black
saying that
energy.
then people
Yeah. No,
with
Mike, he said
straight
they're also in
hair?
Antarctica. No, Mike, he said they're also in Antarctica. You gotta listen, pay attention. Stop
Wait,
I'm
trying to
yeah,
saying
have
I'm
civil
saying
Stop trying
when
to
the
have a civil
people
speech.
when the
Just ask him
Spaniards
simple
came,
questions.
their greatest trick was convincing Afro people that this wasn't the land. This wasn't their land.
But wait, you say you don't want to use a European term, but the term Afro is also that comes from the Europeans because they were the one that named the continent of Africa.
Okay, good. So I'll call it so-called Afro.
Okay, okay, that's good to know.
Yo, you funny as fuck. I'm
No,
finna
I'm just
add you,
saying.
dog.
But yeah, like we're gonna figure out that Mexicans, what we call Mexicans and what we call Black Americans, were not introduced by the white man. We've built spiritual civilizations before in the past. We've worked together in harmony. If you look at Teotihuacan,
there
that
would be
pyramid
there
is
would be no Mexico without Spain.
actually
Chill,
out of
Chris.
all the
Chris, that's
billions
not
of
the point, bro.
stars.
Stop trying to. The problem is you
Teotihuacan
never
is
ever want
aligned
to
with the
argue
same
about
star
fucking
system
Spain.
as the
No,
one in Africa,
just
the Great
ask him
Pyramid in Africa.
simple
They're
questions.
both aligned with Orion.
Simple
This
questions.
is not
Hey,
coincidence.
you're
This
probably right
shows
about
that we
that.
had spiritual
It's just a
cultures
simple
that
point.
were
Okay,
aligned.
okay, Black Energy. Why is it that you look different from, completely different from the like indigenous people that are like in the Yucatan Peninsula?
The Yucatan, I haven't seen them, but I
Yeah,
can tell you like the indigenous
do a
people of
Google.
Mexico. I can tell you why.
How they look? How do the indigenous people of Mexico look?
So
Simple question.
Like
if you look at like
apocalypto.
No, no,
if
no,
you
no, no. I want to hear from him.
right if you look at like a news anchor, you turn on your Mexican news channel, you're gonna see a lot of European Spanish looking people.
Yes,
That's
because they live
because
in
of
Mexico City.
colonization.
Yeah,
But
they
if you
live in
look at
Mexico City.
Veracruz,
Dude,
if
we
you
know
look
how
at
Mexicans
Veracruz,
look.
Espérate, Michael. I want to hear it from him. I gotta hear it from him.
if you look at Veracruz, where the first Olmec head was found, or even Guatemala, you still have the Afro-Indigenous people, where colonization said, "Oh no, you guys were slaves and you were brought here."
Okay,
But
okay.
actually,
Get me.
they have the
How
skin of
about
their
this?
ancestors still.
Get me a picture.
They still have the hair of their ancestors.
Get me a picture of a modern day Mexican indigenous person. You got one for me? Show me. Show me.
No, just go to Mexico's FIFA World Cup soccer team.
You
Just
sure
look
you
them
want to
up.
do that?
You
They
have
they have
a lot of darker skin. You have some Afro people there, and then you have some
well, only
European
one. There's
looking
only
people.
one. There's only one, and he was born in Colombia.
In
We're
Colombia,
Colombian,
yeah.
by the way.
And that's another topic. Argentina and
Oh,
Colombia.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
that's a whole
No,
different
okay.
thing. But
Okay. Listen. Hear me out. I know
we know about
Colombia.
the genocide of our people there.
No, I'm about to tell you something.
Yeah,
Just because Colombia and Argentina are in South America, they're completely far from each other. Colombia is on the western part, right? And then Argentina is on the eastern
Afro people
southern part,
were
going
there
towards
before
Antarctica.
colonization in both places.
Okay, okay. I see where we're going. Well, good luck to you, bro, with that.
Hey, let's move on from that, I
I don't
guess.
need
Good.
luck.
No, I'm just saying.
I
I
was just
wish you
saying,
the.
Why do I
Wish
I
you
need
want
the.
to
luck?
chime in here.
No. How about this?
Awaka,
Go ahead,
go ahead.
American. No. So you go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey,
Go.
I was gonna say, Awaka isn't Awaka has a or does hey no. I was gonna say, isn't Awaka? I was trying to speak Spanish. Isn't Awaka like 40% Afro-Mexicano or no?
Who you talking to?
Y'all, I mean, there has to be.
No, they do have. I'm not saying they don't have American.
see.
I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
that it's a small percentage within the country of Mexico.
I think
I'm not
Afro
denying
just
it.
became a term for Black
No,
Latinos that they just
we're
put in
talking.
front.
No, but we're talking about a specific group of people, right, in Mexico, and
Yeah.
I understand what American is saying. Like, they're there, but they're not the majority of the population.
No, but what I'm saying is they exist, right? And
Yes,
so,
no
all
one's
right, and so
denying
if
that.
they exist, even in I guess several girlfriends ago, several decades ago, I was dating a Guatemalan, or no, I'm sorry, Nicaraguan. I was dating a Nicaraguan girl named Gainda Castillo, and her father was had 4C hair. Her father was an Afro. So she was talking about there are islands. There are islands off of Nicaragua that are just
Were they on the
black.
eastern part? The eastern part of Nicaragua?
Yeah, the eastern. Yeah,
Okay,
eastern.
I can give you an explanation for that. A lot of those people, they came from the island of Saint Vincent, and
They
what
were
happened with them with the
slaves,
British?
right? They were just
No,
slaves that came over.
no. Hold up. No, they fought for their freedom, and they were kicked out, and they moved to like the eastern part of Central America, and they mixed in with the indigenous people of Central
A
America
not
So
white.
within
you
those
saying?
regions.
So
Like
you're saying for
Honduras.
okay? So here's my deal. Here's the reason why I'm bringing all these esoteric shit up, and you know you're like, where are you going with this? Why are you bringing these this random
You
points
can bring
up?
it up. No, there's an explanation for everything. I have no
Yeah,
problem
well,
with that.
yeah, I don't want to meander and just go all circuitous and all around the way. The reason why the reason why I'm bringing these points up and threading a needle through them all is because of the fact we're looking at the former Spanish colonies, former Dutch and Portuguese colonies, Aruba, of course, Suriname, Dutch Guyana, that type of shit. Now, this has been going on since the 1500s, since the mid 1500s. And so from the 1500s all the way down to like 1930s or some shit when the last slave boat had left for Brazil, what I'm telling you is that you cannot tell me that none of these people did not people mix, that they did not have any admixture, that there was just purity. There's no such thing as a pure bred anything. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
I
they
agree.
did
I
mix
agree.
in. Yeah, they did mix in. Like
That's
it's
380 years. You're looking at 15, 6, 8, 7, 8. Yeah, so you're looking at 335, 340 fucking years of just existing. That's what you would say if there was 20 years per. That's Jesus Christ. That's like 18 fucking generations, 20 generations at minimum. So what my problem is that it seems like we give a lot of grace to Africa. We give a lot of grace to the African tribes, the Bantu, the Fulani, and all these other fucking, thousands of fucking tribes. But we don't give the same respect to the people of the indigenous, or the people of the Americas. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, that none of those people in Africa, you could say, existed some 20, 30, 40,000 years ago in the same state that they are in currently. That's what I'm trying. The Bantu tribes were nomadic before they were agrarian, right? They were running all up and down the Sub-Sahara, below Sub-Sahara, from east to west, from Tanzania all the way to Guinea-Bissau.
correct. Yes,
But
they're expansionist people.
yeah. So, but yet, when we talk about, when you say, when you look and you dissect, you try to deconstruct all these colonial names, and you analyze what's going on here in the Americas from north to south, we don't give the same respect to these indigenous people and their admixing when it comes to the newly imported slave. You don't even give that. You say, well, just because there's 20% or 30 or 40 or whatever percent of blood quantum there is from Africa, then they're fucking African. That's it. And that's not the case.
I don't do that. American. I don't do that. I don't do that. I just the thing is with South America, we have to understand majority of the slave population went towards Brazil, and then certain parts of what we call New Grenada, which would be Venezuela, Colombia, a little bit of Ecuador, and certain regions of Peru. But the indigenous people are still there. So like, were there slaves who ran away and mixed in with them? Yes, but they're considered part of those indigenous tribes.
Okay, so what about okay? I'll tacitly agree with you on that. What about the What about the Jamaican Maroons, or what about the Suriname and the Dutch Guinea Maroons who fought the colonial powers in Suriname, Aruba,
they still exist.
Jamaica?
They still exist. In Suriname, they still exist. They have their own culture. They have their own ethnicity. They have their own name. And in fact, they did participate in the Civil War of 1985, where it was them versus the mixed color people.
And all the white people were rooting for the corrupt, melanated, dark-skinned fucking president. All the white colonists were rooting for him.
This is true, Micah. This is true, Micah. This is part of it.
I know, but can we tap the screen? This is a good conversation. Can we tap the screen, please? We've been at 3,000 the whole live. Can we tap the screen? It's free to do.
Everyone tap this screen. The only reason why all of us are even having this fucking discussion is because MICAH's platform exists. That is it. Otherwise, none of us would be having this discussion. We don't even cross each other's spaces and the spaces that we inhabit here on TikTok. So MICAH is going to be one of the few spaces that we can have these intellectual discussions. We need for you to show TikTok that this space is necessary, that this space is needed. Please tap that screen.
Thank you.
Yes, and grab your daily heart knees, panelists, and chat.
Yeah, repost. Yeah, outside, guys. I had to do something. But I'm back.
Let me say this one last thing. You know, even the United Nations had said that guy was corrupt. I mean, he was up on charges from the World Court and shit. But yet we find that, and that has nothing to do with race, right? He was darker than, he was caramel color or whatever the fuck he was. But the point is that he fought against, or the Maroons had fought against him. Right. And you see that there was at least a stalemate. They did win a couple of battles when it comes to resistance battles. But at the end of the day, he didn't even get, he got indicted, but he was never apprehended or convicted.
His son was. No, I'm saying you are correct, but his son was indicted and convicted for other things. But
Okay.
But you are correct. The thing is that it's the history, right, that happened in North America is completely different with the history in South America, where you do have black people, you do have people who are descendants of slaves who did mix in with the indigenous tribes within South America, and those indigenous tribes see those people as one of their own, and throughout generations, they do have indigenous native blood, or whatever you want to call it, whether it's in the Guyanas, in Brazil, in Colombia, especially in Peru. Yeah. So
if Mexicans were white during I'm 51 years old. If Mexicans were white when I was growing up, and of course they were, the Hidalgo Guadalupe Treaty mandated that every single Mexican was white, and they grew up with that, and they grew up in proximity to that whiteness at least by the 50s. So when, of course, they fell out of favor by the 50s. But the point is that if Mexicans were white when I was growing up, and now they take pride in being indigenous, you can definitely at least give that same level of latitude and grace to everyone else of Central and South America when they talk about their own indigeneity.
You want to know why? Because those were people that got consumed into like American culture. Remember, after the Mexican American War, those people stayed, even though that became territory of the United States. They were classified as white, and then some of them are Chicanos, some of them are called Californios. Most of them have more Spaniard DNA than indigenous DNA. So they want to larp with.
But everybody wants to be what Mexican now doesn't. I mean, no Mexican now wants to be white. They all they claim indigenous, even though, like you said, they have more Spanish blood than anything else.
That's not true.
No, that is true. Es verdad, te lo estoy diciendo, es verdad.
Why? Because you're saying it?
No. If you look at the Asatan movement, right? And if you look at the colors, right? It's black and red, and then you look at the eagle that they have, like that's them paying homage to like their indigenous blood, and they want to be that now. But before that, many of them were just, I'm a Californian, I'm a Nuevo Mexicano.
So that eagle wasn't there. So that eagle wasn't there at the inception of their nation.
I'm going to say that before the inception of the nation, the Spanish. Let me tell you something, brother. You may not know this, but the Spanish colony was brutal fucking brutal. It was second bar to none. Even the English wasn't as brutal as well, I'd say
That's
at least for let me reel that back. Let me reel that back. I was going to say for Barbados.
That's like black legend nonsense, man.
For Barbados, again, I was going to reel that back before someone came off it. For Barbados and the rest during 1662, that was brutal, absolutely. But for the Spanish colony, when I'm talking about brutality, I'm really meaning that it was almost damn near complete. They went all over the Spanish colony. The Spaniards, the Spanish conquistadors and the voyagers went all the way halfway around the world to Philippines and brought over 8,000 Filipinos by the time the 1600s had rolled around. That's 120 years before the English would even arrive. So my point being is that the Spaniards had intermixed a lot of people from disparate parts around the world. That was my point. It wasn't the brutality. My apologies.
So intermixing is brutality. So where does the word brutality come into place to this conversation that you're having? Because you're trying to make it sound like it was like completely brutal. Did you see the French? Did you see the Portuguese, what they done, the stories of the documentaries that they have, the places, the capataces that owned slaves, that they had like anecdotes of like past slaves? Like, have you seen any of that? Like, to say that?
My focus is on the expansiveness, not the brutality. Again, I never should have introduced that because you guys are going to be hyper fixed on that word. My deal is that the expansiveness with which the Spanish colony had just subsumed people from around the globe and mushed them into each other. So they copulated with each other and had schmecks, right? And created whole new ethnic groups. That's my point.
Yeah, I can disagree with that. You're definitely right. As a matter of fact, I have some of that mix in my family as well. So a Filipino. So yeah.
I'm sure.
You're
by
right.
8,000, if you had 8,000 Filipinos imported into Mexico by 1680, my brother, that by the time you have an exponentiated growth rate,
the population of Mexico in the 1500s was like 20 million. So 8,000 versus 20 million is not gonna change the demographics of a country. So
it certainly changed. It certainly changed lineal. It certainly changed lineal trajectory. Yes, it did, and we can see that by just a simple DNA test. You can see that yes,
I'm pretty sure some regions of Mexico might have traces of that. But that would not substantially change a country. 8,000 people in a population of over, you said the 1600s. In the 1500s, Mexico was like 20 million people.
I think go ahead. I'll let you speak.
So what I'm saying is,
go ahead.
Obviously not disagreeing with you with that the Spaniards did that, but my point is that 8,000 people over, if you compare it, if you bring it to a population of, I'll have to find out what was the population in the 1600s, but
I
20 million, 30 million people.
I don't know. They would have to have. I don't know the estimate, the population or demographic estimates when you talk about exponentiated growth rates. That the best I can come up with was focused on the mid to late 1700s. I've never seen an historian or cultural anthropologist try to guesstimate with even three standard deviations of accuracy as to what the population would be for Mexico. I've never seen it, but you could hazard a guess, sure. And if you were to do this intuitively and say, yes, 8,000 against whatever, even if it were just a million, it would be hard to say that would change. That would change, the DNA structure. I would agree with you.
Really quick, guys. Did everybody answer the other prompt? The one that says, should Dominicans be Pan-African? Did you guys answer that?
I don't think I think a Dominican could be whatever they want. I guess.
Be whatever you want. I don't believe in Pan-Africanism, but
I think Dominicans should be Pan-Dominican. That's it.
Exactly.
What about the second question?
That one we talked about. I mean, slightly. At least I did slightly.
Yeah,
You said
I'm trolling. I'm trolling with the other one because a lot of people be saying that they're Afro Dominican and they're claiming that Dominicans are just black. Like, so I'm trolling. That's why I made this prompt. That's why I
Well, I
made
mean,
that
I
shit.
think the Afro thing is a recent, obviously, term. It doesn't make sense because I think most of us have some African ancestry. So why do we need to even say it? If we carry uh, those genes either way. So
It just creates problems, man. It just creates problems when you have
it's
a
just, to
nation.
me, it's just there to create separation.
It
Yeah.
does because
So
now you
so
have people trying to prove they're black. Oh, my
I
grandparents
give you
is
a perfect
dark and they
example.
have kinky hair. Like I've seen some people do that shit. Like
I
it's
give
like,
you
why are you trying
Not
to
only
prove
that,
so hard that you're black? Like be
but
who you
Micah,
are.
look at this. I have a very light skin, right? But I
Hmm.
consider myself a Dominican, and I have family. I have ancestors who are of African descent. I wouldn't say I'm white. So when I go to some lives, there was one discussing the Afro Dominicans. They kicked me out. They say you cannot talk here because you're not Afro Dominican. So they look at you and they want to evaluate your who you are by how you look. So it's pretty hard.
Sí, can I,
It's pretty
I,
hard.
pero eso es lo que yo digo, right? Because being Dominican, literally what makes a Dominican is African, Spaniard, and Taino ancestry. That's literally what makes you a Dominican. That's literally what being Dominican is.
even beyond that, because you have people from all over the world.
That's
You have Germans, you have Italians, you have Lebanese.
But that's what I'm
It goes
saying. So
even
it's like
beyond that.
That's the
for people to
foundation.
say,
That's the
oh,
foundation.
Yeah, no, definitely. I get that.
yeah,
But
but like for people to say, "Oh, you're not an Afro, quote unquote Afro Dominican," like
don't let
I guess
nobody
that's
tell
just
you
going
what
off
you
of
are, bro.
phenotype. But
This is just
But
like internet stuff, and
Oh,
then
so
people.
That's all
but,
internet stuff's all
hold on,
bullshit. They're
you
going
guys.
over phenotype. It's all crap.
This what I'm saying though. I think a lot of we
Dominicans
get
are mixed race. That's what makes Dominicans Dominicans. It's
so.
the same
I
thing with
want
Puerto Ricans.
I want to say this, right? So we gotta understand it's paternal and maternal, right? Not everybody lineage is the same. So when they say African, they talk about multiple lineage. When they say Europeans, it can also include multiple lineages. When they say even indigenous or even Tainos, it can include also multiple lineages. So it varies from individual to individual. Like I always tell my brother, I have a brother that he is super dark, but his father, right, that raised me, his father, he actually is will you will be considered mestizo, but my brother is so dark. So paternal, like his maternal line, no paternal line, right? He wouldn't even be considered African from his paternal side, even though he racially will be black, right? So that's the thing that we got to understand that individual to individuals, we're genetically unique, and everybody have their own description of what they call black, brown, or the other. So we just got to respect people's identity. And I want to say this: Afro Dominican is a United States term. Nobody in the Caribbean was using it. People, Black Americans was using it as a hairstyle. I'm black and I'm proud. That shit really big for them.
Jojo, I'm gonna switch you out really quick, hon. I'll bring you back up. I want to bring somebody up. Is this guy Haitian? Oh, Saint. Yeah, he might be Haitian. Papa Doc, go ahead.
No, you could
Yeah.
pass me for now. I'm listening.
Okay. So, any other new people that want to go?
I did wanted to say something because I think there's a little bit of confusion when it comes down to like Afro Dominican or just Afro Latino and the term and where it comes from. Um, when you're in a different country, obviously people are not Dominican. Everybody's not Dominican. So when you specify, you're saying you're Dominican. If you are a black Dominican or a white Dominican, different people have different experiences. So obviously when you're in DR, no one's going to be like, I'm Afro Dominican because you're just black. Eres negro, parece como un negro. Like that's just what you are. I don't understand the confusion in the conversation when people who might be from the same place as you are treated differently by their countrymen. The same things that we were talking about hair, right? There's things called hair discrimination. When you are telling a child that you have pelo malo and you need to cut your hair in order to come back to school, we do that in America. They've passed laws to get rid of that. I was alive for that. I'm only 25. The fact that we I just feel like we just have to be clear. You can be from the same place, but everybody is not having the same experience. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, but we try to make people anecdotal experience for everybody else. Not everybody's experience these things.
Where is he
That's
from? Are you Haitian?
Yes, I'm Haitian.
Oh, okay.
Half Haitian, half Black American.
Oh, okay.
That's Saint. You don't know Saint? He does like he's a rainbow
He
guy.
looks
Part of
familiar, but I never really
yeah,
talked to him. He
he's
looks
part of
familiar.
that same crew as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I
part of
get.
the saltine crackers and boo boo foo foo crew.
Yeah. So here's the
Ugh.
thing within the
Pick some new homies, because your homies are so down bad, bro.
Okay. Well, I
He's
don't
not
got
part
nothing
of
to
the
do with what y'all got
Restavik
going.
crew,
hold
right?
on, let's get back
Papata.
on stuff. What's up?
He's not part of the Restavik crew, right?
Well, the rest of it, yeah, he's one of the rest of vacations, yes.
All
yeah.
right.
So
The
This
rest
is
of
the thing
vacations.
too. So it's crazy because this is
I mean,
the thing. What's up? Oh, go ahead, Papa.
yeah, real quick. So some things can be valid. Let's say if Dominican that moves to the U.S. or somewhere else, right? And within the new country, there are different terms used to identify the people, right? That resemble that said Dominican phenotypically. I would understand, people to be conscious of that, and in some cases use identifiers like maybe like Black or Afro Dominican, maybe for clarity. Now, as far as within the DR to use that term, it doesn't make sense because there's no it's never been used as something that was imported via the United States. It's there's no need because people are aware of each other.
It's a given. People, we
Yeah,
already
it's a
know
given. So
this.
it's like
We
the
already know this. It's like,
the
okay,
ones
so
the ones
what do you
that
need?
do it
Like a big banner? Like, like we know it. Like
the
that's it.
ones that the ones that do it within the DR is more like not as a real identity, but more of a sort of like political activism. That's what they do. So it's not an actual identity that they grew up with and that identify with, and it dates back years. It's actually exclusively in academic or social activist terms. Like amongst
Yeah.
each other, nobody's calling each other that.
Those
Nobody's
are the
looking
blue
at each
hairs
other
from
like that
here.
at all, at all. Now
Those
there
are
are.
that's the
So here's the
equivalent to the
thing with
blue hairs.
yeah. There's a thing with people like Saint and other people that are involved in the social political environment. I get that they have their spiel in regards to the mistreatment of people that have different looks, phenotypically, but that's something that you can't like project it into other countries all the time. You see what I'm saying? There are some cases that maybe you could justify it, but in other cases, like no, because within Latin America, one of the countries with the highest percentage of having African blood, it's almost like it's redundant. Sort of like when you say, for example, we should, if we want to apply the same rules, then we should start using the term for Haiti as well, Afro Haitians. Afro Haitians, it should be a new term. If that, if the rule is applied consistently all over, the Caribbean, and it's like it becomes a thing, then all right, I guess it will make sense. But I don't think
That term
it's
is
a
so
genuine.
funny.
Can I
I
Yeah,
don't
respond?
think it's a genuine.
Afro
Hold on, real quick.
Haitian
I don't
is
think it's a
funny.
genuine. What'd you say?
I
Can
said
I
Afro
respond?
Haitian is funny. That's what I'm saying. That shit don't make no sense. Like
No,
Afro
that's not.
Haitian,
Can I respond
we
though?
gotta stop
Yeah,
using those terms.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I think it's a little bit in Haiti's case it would be more the opposite because we are known as the Black Republic, but there are people who say that they are Palestinian Haitian because we do have a fairly large group of Lebanese and Palestinian people who have been there for a long time and they identify as Haitian because culturally they are Haitian. So when you have a majority that may not, yes, you can be mixed with Black, and obviously mixed people are it's very complicated with mixed people because you can have two mixed people have a baby and one baby's white, one baby's Black. That's just how it
So
works.
can I ask you something?
Can I just finish really quick and then you can feel free.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think when you have a majority of something and the majority is either mixed or of a lighter skin tone, when you have people who are now becoming a minority or feel like a minority, maybe that's the reason why. Now, personally, I'm kind of more with you guys. I don't see the point of saying Afro-Dominican if everybody's Dominican. I would just say I'm Black if that was just me. But in the same breath, I can understand why someone would want to say that, because I think there is there is an experience, like I said before, that they may feel like is not shared amongst everybody the same way.
So if we say
Yeah,
Afro-Dominican,
Can I
we could
ask him
say
the question I wanted to ask him,
Euro-Dominican.
please?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to say, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
One of
So,
y'all
so
go,
I just
whoever.
wanted to know. So I just wanted to know, like, are you one of those like, you know how people give us like pushbacks when we say that we're Dominican and like the whole not black thing? Like, are you one of those that you feel strongly about that? Like, you
I don't
push back
think
against that?
I depends on the person. I think if you are black, then you're black. If you look like me and you're saying you're not black, I'm gonna have a problem with it. But if you're like,
So how do you acknowledge somebody from Lebanon and Palestinian living in Haiti that they call themselves Haitians, but you don't have no pushbacks for them?
because they're not saying that they're black, they're saying they're Palestinian Haitians. They're Haitian. That's an
You said that
ethnicity,
they
not a
say
race.
that they're Haitian. That's what you
Haitian is
said.
an ethnicity.
He
White is
he
a
clarified.
race.
Clarified it. I do want
No,
to
he
say this,
clarified
right?
it.
So,
Within the like as sort of like an activist or socio-political activist, perspective. I would understand like Saint's point. I get it. Like if that is his concern, and it's a genuine concern. Well, yeah, it would kind of make sense from that angle. But just generally speaking, as an identity forced upon people that don't want it and don't accept it, then that's different. That's separate. Because now you
so
go
and
into like enumeration, under the government. It's in how people perceive themselves. Sometimes two different things. And then when you add on a third aspect to it, like the social political stuff or the academic stuff, then it gets a little bit confused.
But I don't
Go
even think
ahead,
it's
Scam.
yeah,
socio-political.
I do want to say
Go
this
ahead.
too. So we got to understand, like, you can look like Saint, right? So I found something out South Africa and the Bermuda, which they do, right? And I always found how self-identification worked with individuals. So you can be Saint skin complexion and consider yourself colored, right? Colored for them, and I found that interesting. I thought it would have been light skin. No, color for them just means different lineage. So people have different way of classifying other people, not only the way the United States classify people, because a lot of the time the United States just go by the one drop rule. So in the United States, you can be biracial and just be like, I'm black. But even though they don't do it no more, it's been so indoctrinated, people just still do it regardless.
I think that one is a little different, only because everyone on the Western Hemisphere is going based off of the same racial caste system. So although in America it was a little bit different, which is why sometimes some of those conversations do get difficult, because you can't really compare it all the way with the American perspective. I do agree with a lot of people when they push back on that, but within the Caribbean, we most definitely do have the exact same archetype, the exact same racial caste system. So it's kind of hard to compare a country that is still on the motherland that got infiltrated by a small minority, and then comparing them to a transatlantic slave trade in the Caribbean.
Yeah, so in St. Lucia, right? So I found out in St. Lucia, a lot of them, when you ask them about slavery, they don't know nothing about slavery. It was I know a couple people that went up there, stuff like that. So they don't even look at color the way we look at color. So in the United States, so like I do agree, it varies from individual to individual. That's why this Afro term, I get it. Why people use it in the United States, because it's so heavily indoctrinated in people's mind that even prime example, a lot of Europeans, a lot of white tea people in the United States, they don't even say their lineage. They can be like, I'm white tea, or if you're dark or have range of brown, I'm black. It's easier for them just to socialize that way. But outside of the United States, people are not socializing like that.
Yeah, but I do think there is a difference between having African ancestry and valuing African ancestry. I don't know if you guys heard me, but I do think there is. I'll just say it again. I don't know if there's. I don't think people are recognizing the difference between having African ancestry and valuing African ancestry. And I think depending on which country, different countries recognize blackness in a different way. Because even within Trinidad is vastly Indian.
My laborers, please answer the radio. Answer my laborers, answer the radio, please.
This man
Can
is
you
in New
mute
York.
Cacique? Can you mute Cacique, please? Cacique.
Oh, who? Oh,
Cacique.
oh okay. I muted him.
So it's crazy because even the United,
Mute yourself.
Okay. I just
You're gonna
wanted
have to
to
drop
finish
him.
the
Cause see,
last part of what I wanted to say
Go
because
ahead,
he's
bro.
trolling.
yeah,
But
on
This
mute.
this is in New York City, bro. The
but
background is crazy.
in Trinidad, they will identify as Indo-Trinidadian or Indo-Caribbean because they recognize that the Caribbean does not possess that many Indians, but there is a significant group of
97,
them.
hold on real quick. 97. You keep lying on me, bro. I got family in New York. You gonna get jumped. Keep lying
Can,
on my name, girl. I will jump you. I don't care if you're pregnant. Don't play with me.
Oh,
can you drop Kasik? I think he's working. I don't want him to like unmute
Keep
himself.
playing with me, girl. You got too many enemies. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. But anyways, go ahead, guys.
yeah, that's all I want to say.
So the thing with African ancestry, historically, because remember we didn't have no DNA kit into DNA into recently. So historically, if you look at people, people still just identify with their tribe. That's what historically people do, and they always try to distinguish themselves from other people. Like prime example, I always tell people about the Gullah Geechees. So the Gullah Geechee never called themselves Geechees, but other Black Americans say, hey, these people are different, even though they phenotypically look, we're gonna call them the Geechees. People will always find a way to distinguish other people to other people until this DNA kit started going on.
So that's actually not true because I'm actually Gullah Geechee on my mother's side. That's the Black American side from Holly Hill, South Carolina. That is not true. Um, they
So who
have
referred? Go ahead.
the Gullah Geechee people are actively right now revitalizing their own culture because it was a shared culture. We still withhold the deep rooted accent that our people had, our ancestors had, and the way that we mix it with English is very unique to us. That is why you hear it's like a almost Caribbean sounding accent from people from the lower parts of North Carolina all the way down to Jacksonville,
Yeah,
Carolina.
I'm in South Carolina, and I'm over here with a lot of the Gullah Geechees. They
So I
sound
wanted
like
to
Yeah.
they're
ask
from
you.
Louisiana, like the New Orleans
Mm-hmm.
accent.
They absolutely do. But
Exactly.
I wanted to who termed the coin Geechee? Then can you show me? I can look it up myself. Who coined the term Geechee?
I'm not sure who did that, but I
Yeah,
don't
it
see
was.
what your point is because the
Yeah,
people
so
still
no, no.
were
So it
identifying
was
with each
another
other.
brother. It was another. You can look it up. It was another Black American to distinguish themselves from. They were like, yo, we gonna call these people Geechees. You can look it up. You can
That's
look
the
it up.
same,
That's what I'll tell you.
but that's the same thing with a
Yes,
place like Africa, though, because they didn't identify with all
yeah,
these countries that we made, but they still
exactly. That's my
identified.
point.
But what I'm saying is, we're not talking about how other people identified with us. We are talking about a group of people who shared a culture and shared community with each other. It doesn't matter what someone else decided to call us. This, like, we had tribes of people who were already here. Technically, if we really want to get to the bottom of it, Caribbeans, like our countries, are Afro-Indigenous. We have so much ties to the indigeneity that was passed to us, including places like Cibao and Bani and Haiti, Latibonite. We have a lot of connections that I feel like we overlook. But once again, we take our head out of it because there's other pieces that we want to forget. The point that I'm saying is, Gullah Geechee people, like all of these other people, have a shared ancestry and they still have ties to their ancestry. Those people recognize that and stayed together. That is point
No,
period.
so
That
this is what I'm saying. So without okay, so we know DNA came out later. Now, Afro-Indigenous, nobody in the Caribbeans were calling themselves Afro. That's another American term. That's why I'm telling you, like
but
these terms came in
there
later.
was
We will always
look
hold
up
on, bro, hold on,
okay.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Real quick. We will always find a way to distinguish each other from each other. That's just culturally how it went. That's what I'm telling you. Afro-Indigenous came in a Harvard Dictionary by a British, not British, but England, a European settler that created the definition in the United States. So when you look at these things, like I said, even with the Geeshis, another Black American created that term to distinguish you. Like, yo, these people are uniquely different to distinguish them. There's always people that do that. Even in the Caribbean, people have different tribes because they've got to distinguish themselves from other people. That's just a normal human being to do, and we still do it to this day. We like, yo, he from the South, oh, he from the West Coast, he from New York City, he from. We always distinguish ourselves from other groups because language and culture.
Even within the caste system, there was always there was indigenous people, there was black people mixed with indigenous. They were still above black people.
So
There
even
was.
even in,
Let me
brother,
finish. I'll let you finish. It goes criollos, mestizos, mulattoes, indigenous people, people mixed with indigenous. I forgot the actual name in Portuguese because it was the Portuguese who came up with the original caste system. And then it was black people. Even in America, there were black people mixing with indigenous people. They had to have a way to keep control. They weren't black. They were not the same. And they wanted to make sure that everyone knew their place. I'm confused.
Yeah, but I think the caste system is a lot
so
more
hold on real
fluid.
quick.
It was
You're
not as
right, but
rigid
hold on.
as people make it
Let
out
me
to
say
be.
this. So, prime example, Gene Rowley. Everything I'm saying, you guys can look it up. Gene Rowley was a black French. He looked at himself as, even though he phenotypically will be black presenting, he just looked at himself as European, right? Juan Guerrero, that's another one. He looked at himself just as European, even though these people are phenotypically black presenting. It was a lot of free black people that was with the Europeans, and they saw themselves Europeans, bro. That's how people, even in the even if you look at the census in Honduras, because I'm from Honduras, they had, even in Spanish, they were like the black Spanish, the French Creoles, the Negroes Caribs. Like they even distinguish ourselves, even though we was all phenotypically black. People will always find a way to distinguish themselves from other people. It just, even
But
white people do too.
that hierarchy that came with the distinguishing had to do with the caste system, and that's what I'm saying. Even within indigeneity, if you had like I said, with mixed kids, you can have one kid that comes out looking more indigenous, one kid that comes out looking black, and in a case like that, they go where they fit because they don't have all this one drop rule and everybody knowing what it was. It wasn't like that. It's literally pure-blooded Africans and pure-blooded indigenous people. You can tell when someone is a little different. They either are this or that, or they're somewhere in between, and they put you in a category. They put you in a box.
Bro,
But I don't think it was as rigid as you're making it out to be, though.
exactly, because the British saw
In terms of
Quite
the
fluid.
only
You had mestizos. Sorry,
right.
sorry to cut you off, Scam. But you had mestizos who, became who were recognized as Spaniards, not necessarily peninsular Spaniards, of course, but like through intermarriage and, of course, the joining of extended families. This was certainly the case. So you weren't like put in that box forever. It wasn't really applied like that across all the viceroyalties.
So, in what way would you get out of that box per se? Because we're talking about slavery.
I mean, it was more of a classist thing than anything. It wasn't really like a rigid racial framework the way
Are we talking
Haiti and the
about
United States operated.
Are we talking about post-slavery or during slavery? Because I'm talking about
During. Yeah, absolutely during. Yes. This was certainly the case.
So there was no joining of families with slaves. You were a slave until you died, unless someone bought you out.
That not in Spain, not under the viceroyalties in Spain.
Yeah, not under Sir William Young. A lot of people bought, a lot of for Africans bought their slavery, and actually lived good. They lived good amongst them. So that's not true.
Okay, well, I guess in that case, when they're
Well,
building families,
the first mixed race Dominicans stepped foot in Manhattan while Haitians were still in chains. Okay. So what does that tell you?
Right.
Last name Rodriguez. He was free.
Either way.
What does that tell you about the caste system? How did he get there? How was he able to move so freely?
Can I respond?
Alexander Brown too. He was a free Caribbean that went to New York City.
I think we're making it seem as if there wasn't. There was already Haitians already in the United States, even prior to 1804. So that's everything to do with the Louisiana Purchase and how the French were moving people.
I was talking. My reference point was way before.
I know, but you threw a little dig in there, so I just had to respond to that. But
so how far back from the 1700s?
Oh, wait, hold on. What was the
don't be disingenuous.
Somehow it had to do with Haitians. We weren't talking about Haitians.
I just used an example of the fluidity. You're saying that the caste system was completely rigid, and I'm saying that it was a lot more complex and nuanced. You're saying that it was this rigid hierarchical framework, and that's just simply not true.
But once again, you're talking about very specific places. When I'm talking about the original caste system that goes throughout the entire Western Hemisphere. So that is the original.
But again,
caste system.
the Spanish colonial framework was completely different from the British and the French. You cannot
They
paint
didn't.
with
They
a
didn't
broad
even
Well,
brush.
the
like each
Dutch
other. They
and the
didn't even like
Dutch
each
and the
other in culture.
Italian and every
At a time, one
the
at a time,
Spanish
one at a
different
time, one at a
and
time.
the
Okay.
Let
Portuguese.
Saint finish.
That's
Let
why
Saint
once
finish.
again
Let Saint finish.
I'm
Go
talking
ahead,
about
Saint.
the all encompassing racial caste system, the original caste system that was from the Portuguese. I specified with that. Number one. Number two, I am generalizing the entire Western Hemisphere because we're not just talking about the Spanish speaking countries.
But you're
So
making a category error when you do that.
I'm not making a category error because
Or because you
regardless,
cannot.
So
It's not
you're
the same.
acknowledging that there was difference, and at the same breath, you're saying that you're just speaking on the Portuguese. You've
it's
done this twice
That's
already.
why. That's why
that's what I'm
even like
saying.
if
I don't
you
understand what's confusing.
if you go to St. Lucia, that's what I'm saying. Even a lot of St. Lucia are phenotypically black, nothing about the concept of slavery because a lot of mixed race phenotypically black people own actually slaves in that time. So they don't concept of it if you go talk to them.
But that you just went against your own logic because that literally proves that once again, if mixed people are owning slaves, you are proving the point that they are above them within that caste system. I'm
But it was
confused.
also dark people owning slaves too, bro. That's,
You had free black people who did own slaves too. That was certainly
Just
uh
like there are rich black
Jane
people right
Raleigh. Jane
now,
Raleigh was
just like
dark
there
as a
are rich
motherfucker.
black
On
people right
slaves.
now in the US, but we understand
I'm
how those
talking about
things work. Like
okay, under the Spanish colonial framework, a lot of black slaves were able to buy their freedom and assimilate into the broader society, which also included them being able to own slaves.
that
Yes,
does
they were at
not
a
account
they
for the
were
vast
certainly
majority of them who still existed their entire
okay.
lives
Historically, the
within
Spanish
that
was
same.
a
You just
diverse
want
group
to
of people.
listen. You want to resort everything to blood quantums, is what you want to do. What I'm
It's
saying is
not
it's a lot
about
more
blood
nuanced than
quantums.
that. Yes, it is. This is what this is ultimately about.
Because once again, if we are talking about do Haitians have Taino ancestry and
They
talking
don't.
about caste, that's what the original conversation was. So we're talking about blood quantums. So what do you mean?
You were making the
So I'm not even talking
you
about.
were
I'm talking
you were
about. Hold on,
making.
hold on.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Scam.
So
Sorry.
I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about blood quantum because we know that's just fucking science. But I'm talking about people daily socialize. Nobody's socializing with a science. Nobody said, "Hey, give me a DNA kit so I can tell my mother what we are." No, so we know that this science thing came in later. Socially, everybody socialized differently depending where they at and what region they're in. That's it. That's all I'm saying, and that's just historical facts. We can bring it up any documents and sources.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, like the Garifuna people, like the people who speak even French Creoles, we have a lot of Taino words. Every
Listen,
province in Haiti is Taino. So it's culturally, there are people who come together based off of a shared language or culture or community. And that is, you can name it whatever you want to name it, but those people are still
so
existing
what? So
together.
what Taino words do you
Why
guys
is that?
use in the French
How
language?
come
Let
the
me ask him.
Dominicans
Hold
are
on a
always the
second.
Not
exception
in the
to that
French
rule?
language, in Creole.
So
In Creole, how
I'm
many?
glad you brought the. So even the
I can give you a
Garifuna,
list.
the Garifuna, we don't even see ourselves the same as Creole. I'm actually Garifuna, and we don't even see ourselves the same as Creoles. We
And
don't
what?
even
And
see
what?
ourselves. And
Are you
Creoles are
guys not
black as
Oh,
hell.
Afro-Indigenous? You
what's
guys
up?
not speaking
Afro-Indigenous. We
indigenous
never
language?
went. We never went by Afro. We
Listen,
never
what's
went
up with
by
all of y'all
Afro-Indigenous,
jumping off
bro.
the mic? One at a time. We got three people trying to get fucking information. Yo, one at a time, man.
Yeah, so
Go ahead, Saint.
we never went by the term Afro Indigenous. When we went to the United States, then we adopted the Pan African ideology, and then we started calling ourselves Afro Indigenous because Black Americans started doing it. Historically, we never did. If you go to the school systems,
American, I'ma drop you. Okay,
even if
American?
you go to the school systems and stuff like that in Honduras, we distinguish ourselves from other Black tribes just because we have different language and different cultures. That's what historically people do.
All right.
And
You wanna
okay,
go
bro.
and then I'll introduce a
Haitian,
new
they don't have
person.
no Taino. Nothing Taino they have. They don't have no Taino.
What?
Blood.
That's a man? I thought
Drop
that
him,
was a
drop him,
woman the
drop
whole
him,
time
drop him,
behind that
drop him, drop
profile.
him, drop. All right,
Hey yo.
Mo be yourself. Mo be
Oh,
yourself.
wait, what?
We're not,
What
we're
the
not
fuck
doing
just
that today.
happened? I thought that was a woman behind the profile. Oh, wow. The whole time I
Yeah,
thought that was a woman.
I wanted to ask Saint too. Like, what? How do you put like together the Louisiana Purchase and Haiti? Like, you're talking about like almost 200 years of difference apart. Like, how do you put them on the same breath?
What do you mean?
Yeah, because you were making a comparison about um the Louisiana Purchase and Haiti and there being Haitians in Louisiana
In New Orleans,
region.
specifically New Orleans. Let me not say Louisiana,
So,
New Orleans.
so how does that work if there was 200 years apart from you guys going to that side of the island in the 1600s?
So if you're going all the way to the beginning, the founding of their original people, I'm not saying Haitians founded the. I never said that.
So what are you saying?
So they both were French colonies at certain points, and they were sending people from Saint Domingue to
Yeah,
Louisiana.
but
So
that's
they
much
have like
later than way much later than the time frame that you try to put.
no, I never said anything about them originating.
You did say 1700s.
When did I say 1700s?
Okay. You've done this 3 times already to me.
3 times? Please, somebody tell me when I said 1700s. I didn't even give a date.
Okay, Pop, you want to say something?
Yeah, do Haitians have Taino ancestry? Honestly, I don't know enough about their culture to have an opinion, but from what I do understand, there's a possibility some of them can have admixtures, but as far as being the original indigenous people to Haiti, that would be incorrect. It's like the same narrative that some FBAs try to push, that they're the original indigenous of America, when reality says some of them have admixture, but pretty much the majority of them don't. It could be
And
different for Haiti
What
though. It
about
could
the
be
second
different.
Pop?
I
How do you feel
It could
about
be
the second
different.
one? Hold on. How do you feel about the second one?
The second one, should Dominicans be Pan-African? I'm gonna put it like this. TikTok Africans and the ones in real life is 2 different sets of people. Because the ones on here, they have cognitive dissonance when they think about Dominicans. They think that we're anti-Black, we deny our lineage, and that we hate all Black people. Just because we have a problem or some issues with Haiti, that does not mean that we collectively hate Black people. And I know there's nuances. Everybody doesn't identify with being of African descent or Afro-Dominican. I understand the mental slavery that and things that are going on with that. So I give them grace, because I honestly feel like it's not Dominican people's fault for why the mindset is the way it is. It's just something that happens with colonization, and we're all affected by it in the diaspora. But for whatever reason, everybody else gets grace except for Dominicans and or people of Afro descent in Latin America. And I think that that's disgusting. We're the ones that need it the most, because we're the ones that's so far behind in the fight for a lot of things. So I think that, it right on TikTok, absolutely not. I think that we should not be Pan-African, because they're going to continue to slander us. And it doesn't matter how calm you are, how nice you are, how agreeable you are, how you're trying to take an interest in the continent. They have just made up their mind that they don't want nothing to do with us. And I don't believe in kissing nobody's rear end. You know what I mean? I believe in giving back whatever you receive. But in the real world, right, I know African community and Dominicans pretty much get along, especially in the Bronx in New York City. They live together. I'm not going to say we're holding hands and, ring around the rosy, but I will say we respect each other. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, economic exchange. Braiding shops, literally, an African braiding shop gave me a card to a Dominican salon. So they do cross marketing between businesses. I think it's a positive relationship, whatever it is in the real world, but on TikTok, absolutely not. When did Afro-Dominican become a term? It might be a recent thing, because of the history and the things that, the nuances of how people identify in the Dominican Republic, because we are a country that prides ourselves on identifying with our nationality than our racial groups. So I do think it's a relatively new term, but I think that it's important not to deny this lineage, because the lineage is what contributes to the culture, whether people want to admit it or not. Like, it's like everybody dances and gives praise to all the other parts that contribute to the culture, but when it's the African part, some people push back or deny it, and I just got to be real about it. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
All right, guys, go ahead.
She said about everything I would say. The only thing is, I think people minimize the impact of Taino culture on Haitian culture, and also in Dominican culture too. I think the impact of Tainos across the entire Caribbean is crazy, and I think people look at it like they're just gone, and it sucks because even like there's just even words like bateye and I forgot the barbacoa and stuff like that. But with us in Haitian Creole, even the word house, kai, comes from a Taino word. The word zabuka, like avocado, the word lambi, the word for like conch, or like that's like one of our dishes for certain states in Haiti. It's deeply within our culture. Kinepa, kinep, that's something that connects us all. Even Jamaicans say jinep. That's the indigenous word for that fruit. We all have ways that we connect, and I think to deny that is to ignore the history. And I think she said it perfectly, where it's like, my biggest issue is there is an issue within the Dominican Republic with denying African heritage and kind of renouncing it in certain ways. And I think that's the only thing that I would push back on, because it just sucks. You can't actually fix the issue unless you want to be real and just talk about it.
How was that? Like, what do you mean by that? Because the ones I see on here, they say they have African descent. They just say they're not African.
The ones on here, yeah, I think a lot of people on here are definitely educated, but I also have met a lot of people who say that they're not black and
But they're
look just
not.
like me.
Some people are
Can I
not
ask you
black.
something? Do you ever think it's a language barrier? Because honestly, I gotta be for real. I might be a little bit of a no sabo sometimes, right? But I do speak Spanish. I just prefer to speak English because I think people think when you're talking Spanish, you're talking crap. But that being said, right, I do know that some people have a language barrier. Like if you're saying that a Dominican person is black, they're going to assume that you're associating their nationality with being black American. You know, there's so much nuance to me no black. It could be you mistaking their nationality.
I actually
It
speak
could
Spanish,
be,
so
you know what I mean?
But
yeah,
So
I
I'm just
just
saying
don't.
you
Hold
do,
on,
right?
hold
But
on. I
that
don't
doesn't mean other people
understand
do.
like why you guys don't get it. Like, and it's so funny because some Jamaicans say the same thing. Like, you guys can't force somebody to be something like you so you can feel comfortable about yourself. It's kind of like forcing.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like in school. You have a homegirl, right? You want her to say something that makes you feel comfortable, like each other comfortable. But really, it's not the same thing. Like, you guys are not the same people. I don't
So
know why you guys want them to be something that you are. Like, you guys are two different people. You can coexist.
yeah, it's
You
crazy you
know?
said that though, Micah, because it was two white tee presenting girls, right? I'm not gonna lie, this white tee girl was fine. I got a girl, so I had to reject it. She came up to me, she like, yeah, my homegirl, she's Italian. And they they both white tea presenting, and that's just people will go inherently. I always tell people like prime example when my brother's Yoruba. So his father, right? In Florida. He got mistaken for a Jamaican. He said, "No, I'm not Jamaican. I'm Yoruba." And then
Mm-hmm.
like if he got so upset because people just gotta go
So
with
it's
what
the
they culture,
hypocrisy.
what they know.
It's
They're
the
not.
hypocrisy. Hold on. It's
Yeah,
the hypocrisy. Because
white
it's
tea.
like, you guys, what I've noticed about the other side, you guys always bring up black this, black that. But it's like, it's starting to feel like, because I'm a black woman, right? I never talk about, like, I never bring it up to victimize myself or weaponize it. You guys bring it up as if you guys don't like being black. Do you guys like being black? Because it's starting to seem like some of y'all, not you in particular, but some of y'all don't like being black because y'all use it for everything. Like, if you like being black, you're not going to make it a burden on everybody. Like, and it's just annoying as fuck. We're not the same. When I went to DR, I seen people same complexion as me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not over here trying to figure out who they are. They might have the same complexion as me, but we're not all the same. And respect that shit. Like, just because you have a problem with your identity doesn't mean people gotta fucking make you feel comfortable, bro. Let people identify with what the fuck they want to identify with. That's y'all problem. Deal with your own problem
Hey,
about
can I
wanting
say
to be black or
something?
not.
There's
The
this
fuck?
theory out there that a lot
I
of
don't really know.
Black Americans are people who get really outraged when Dominicans say me no black or whatever they think, because they want to have access to ambiguity. So they want to claim anybody that's ambiguous as part of being of the black race. Like for example, when Tyler said I'm color, they got outraged. When Cardi B said I'm Afro-Latina, they got outraged. Anybody that has ambiguity, they want them to identify as just being BLK, like as if every country has a one drop rule. Every country does not have the one drop rule, and people need to understand that.
And they even say they're not even white. So it's like, man, like, bro, let people be who the fuck they are. A bitch can tell me she's a unicorn. Well, fuck it. You a unicorn, bitch. Like, damn, like, let people be who the fuck they want to be. Like, y'all so worrying about the next person. Worry about your community. Embracing your community and getting your shit together. Stop worrying about, that's like me hopping over my neighbor fence, right? And worrying about if they cutting the fucking grass. Bro, if you want to have your shit all fucked up in your backyard, that's up to you, bro. Let people do what the fuck they want to do. That has nothing to do with you. You're not Dominican. You're not Haitian. Like, worry about your own community. That's the problem with this world. Everybody worrying about everybody else's shit. Worry about yourself. Like, worry about what you got going on. If you black, embrace that shit. Not everybody's black. Like, damn. Y'all too
Everybody
worried about
have
that shit.
right, and the thing is too. Everybody got their like prime example. I told my three siblings, right? They would be called mestizos, right? Because they mix with all different type of stuff. So if you look at their father, a Latino person from Guatemala, right? So if I show you my siblings, though, Mike, if I show you guys my siblings, they are darker than me. Like if we're having that paternal side, my siblings darker than a lot, actually everybody in the panel. And this is the thing, and they have that lineage, right? So that's why I'll be like, yo, you can't go off of lookership to tell,
And
people.
also, this thing
Racist.
where, calling somebody Haitian as a slur, because they said that shit to me when I went to DR. Like, it's starting to give y'all, some of y'all don't like being who the fuck y'all are. How is calling somebody Haitian a slur?
Oh no!
Like, how the fuck?
See, this is what I
Now,
mean.
don't laugh.
No,
Let's be
so
honest.
do y'all?
How?
So I think my question is genuinely like, do you guys? Okay, because there seems to be a crazy confusion as to like why you guys get the pushback that you get. Like, do you guys not get at all like why there's any pushback? That's why I'm confused.
No, I
We
understand that.
understand.
We
No,
understand the
I don't
pushback.
get the pushback. I don't get the pushback.
I mean,
No,
enlighten us.
Really?
most Dominicans understand the pushback, but even if we are getting the pushback, that doesn't mean that we have to bend the knee and accept other people's identity to label us. We're going to continue saying that we are Dominican and we are going to embrace our African ancestry and everything that comes with it and the history of in our history. The thing is, we're not going to do it the way you guys want us to do it.
But do
I'm
you
not
see
saying
how
you
that's
saying.
contradictory though? Because if
I
you
don't think it is, because you got
Let me
Dominicans
finish.
that say,
I want to
wait,
hear
you're
this
always
out.
doing that, because you got
I
Dominicans that
know.
say I'm not white either. So it's the same thing. It's not
That's
I
like
know,
you're
but
choosing one over the other.
I want to hear his rebuttal though. I want to
But
hear his rebuttal.
before you
but
rebuttal, you
you
want to
got
say,
okay.
go ahead, go ahead.
Shit is
Uh,
valid.
but I want to hear his rebuttal. I want to hear his rebuttal.
To the white part?
Go ahead.
I'm a grown woman. Thank you.
No. Overall, what I said. Saying.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, race and ethnicity are inherently separate. So, and when you're going to different places, and people are seeing and recognizing based off of what their perspective in the world is, that's just what it is. And I think a lot of people do go based off of I am black. I think a lot of people say that they're black. I don't think that
But
so
but
you
you
want.
are, but you are, and you're
right.
entitled to say that. So I could understand why you feel like that people that are mixed say that they're Dominicans because we solved that problem of multiple races by calling ourselves Dominicans, and it's a
So,
given. We
Saint,
know
what do you
this.
want? What do you want, Saint? You want, what do you want? Because I'm confused. What do you
No, he
want?
wants to have a conversation. He wants to have a
No, I'm
conversation.
like, what do you want people to do?
And honestly, me personally, I don't really care what people do. But I think logically for me, if a person is saying, this is how I recognize you, it's not like they're trying to label you to put you in a box. That's what they see. So if the rest of the Caribbean is recognizing based off of what they've been through, a lot of people are mixed. Jamaica is like, I think, the number one mixed country in the world right now as of 2026. But they still identify in the same way.
But
I,
that's
I mean,
them, not
Jamaicans just
us.
say they
That,
well, no,
that,
and I
that,
Jamaican,
and I
so
sir.
understand and I understand that. So
Yes,
once
sir.
again, so
Jamaicans just say
you
they Jamaican.
so
Like my father, when somebody asks him where he from, who he is, he say he's Jamaican. And then they say,
How
but do
Exactly.
you know that
oh
your skin is this
I've
color? And
never
he's
about
like,
this,
yeah,
Saint?
but
so can I say
What
this
does
and
real
it's
quick,
like,
brother
hold on,
Flight?
Scam? Hold on. This is the point. Saint, what does your Dominican boyfriend identify as? How
wait,
about that?
what?
yes, my
What? Go
partner
ahead.
is
Wait a minute,
Dominican.
hold the hold up, swole up, turn around, touch the ground. Hold on. Wait a
Hey,
minute.
What
Hold
happened?
you.
up, hold on. Ain't it
What
funny?
happened?
Every time we have these conversations, right? It's always somebody, the most Haitians that are complaining be sleeping with a Dominican, bro. I noticed the pattern, bro. You got the women that complaining about Dominican men, they sleeping with one.
So
You
I don't know if
Haitian,
y'all know my content, but like I'm more of a pro-Palestine person
Look at Don
So am
anyway.
I.
Lemon. Look
So
at Don
so
Lemon.
so am I.
But if I'm
So am I.
being completely honest with you, it's I don't have no hate for DR. The
No,
only
that's not
thing
the
is,
point question. The point
and
question is, what does your
I don't
boyfriend identify as?
he identifies as black.
Okay,
I
let me write
just
that down in my
you
file
that's
because you know me.
crazy.
I
Y'all
keep
be
a
over
record of
here
everything.
complaining, but y'all getting hold on really quick. Hold on real quick.
I keep a
Y'all over
record of
here, and
everything.
please don't take it offensive. Y'all over here complaining, right? But y'all getting salami every time y'all go in the
Listen,
bedroom, and
I
y'all
know
getting
a lot.
tostones
Listen,
and shit in
I
the
know.
I'm
bedroom.
Listen,
done. Not the
listen,
salami in
I'm
the
listen.
bedroom.
A
okay.
lot. I know a lot about Saint. You know, I know a lot about Saint. He's also a Buddhist. He's a Are you still practicing Buddhism, Saint?
Oh, you do
No.
num
I
yo
want to say,
horenge Q?
I want to say this real quick, right? So we talk about the crazy
His
part, is,
mother,
but because
his
I had
stepmother's
to include,
Ecuadorian or Colombian. She's Ecuadorian.
I had to include Africa in this, right? So I can only speak. I know they have different tribes and shit. So Yoruba, right? A lot of us won't even be considered black. Micah won't be able to be considered black in Yoruba. I won't be considered black, right? Pop, like a lot of us won't even be considered doo-doo. That's how they call black over there. We will be so everybody got their own way to describe different
Voodoo.
skin range and different skin
I
complexions.
just think it's
Everybody.
funny. Like I know
Yeah.
some of
But
y'all,
can I
you know what? Some of y'all be complaining. Y'all know y'all want some Dominican goodies, man.
I think
Y'all be
that's
complaining and
can I
getting
say
some
I
something
goodies
real
every
quick?
think
night.
that's weird.
Like
I think
sometimes I
Respectfully,
really,
right?
you know
Everybody
what?
isn't black though.
we're neighbors.
There's literally some people that
You know,
legitimately don't have African ancestry, and that's okay. You can't call a place with that much diversity a homogenous black country because it's not.
Yeah, no, but in Nigeria and Yoruba, let me go. I gotta keep making sure I'm saying the right. In Yoruba, you only consider black if you super dark skin. Like that's the only way you consider black because they just go
He's
by
the same
ranges of
skin
skin
tone as
complexion.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's the
those
same
exactly.
skin.
Africans, they're very xenophobic.
So
Like if
saying
you
you
are
guys you
Yeah,
racially
guys met
ambiguous,
and
they don't accept
He
you
has the
anyways.
same skin tone as me. He has the
that,
same hair texture as
that's
me.
correct. That is correct because you know you're also mixed race. You're not 100%
I'm
Haitian.
black.
They go by blood
You are correct.
quantum,
But
the
see, I don't. But
father's
You
see,
are
that's what I'm
correct.
saying is
lineage.
I don't identify that way. So that's why I'm saying I recognize it. Like, yes, I have mixed ancestry. I acknowledge that. I believe that.
Yes.
So if you call me mixed, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna be
No,
like
no,
no, but I'm
I'm
gonna
not
say
calling
I'm
you
black.
mixed. No. I'm not calling you mixed. I'm just
That's what I'm
setting
yeah.
the
saying.
tone.
My
I'm setting the
family
tone
is, but
for
I
the
am
Nah.
not.
audience because when they see your
He's mixed
phenotype,
through injection.
hold on, Micah. No. He's mixed.
No, I
He is
genuinely
Haitian.
okay.
He is Haitian and Gullah Geechee. You know,
Oh,
Sorry,
so
I'm
he
in
is mixed
trolling.
Hold on,
Bi-ethnic,
Micah.
but also
In
my
South Africa, you'll
by
be
ethnic.
colored there. You'll be colored in South Africa.
But we don't. No. But we live in America, so he has
Yeah,
the right to. He
right.
has the right
you're
to
right.
identify as black. But I also want the audience to know, although he is speaking up and representing the Haitian people on the panel, when you look at him, right, he is not the average phenotype of what a Haitian is, because he is by ethnic. I want people to know this. That
But
is
the
the only reason why I'm stating that.
but
But
the
he is
reason
black though. He is
But the
black
reason
though.
why I say that, the reason why I push back on that is because the skin, my mom is actually lighter. The skin tone that I have is my dad's. My family has different types of people going throughout their blood. They got Jewish, they got French. It's my grandmother literally is biracial. So people look different in my family. I have a cousin that's literally 6'7", damn near white with blue eyes. My family looks different than what you guys think a Haitian family looks like. That's just
You
how
sound
they
like an
are.
ESL Dominican. You sound
But at the
you getting
same
ready to tell
time,
me your mama
no,
black, your
but
daddy
at the
black.
same
What you
time,
want me to
how
identify as?
they identify as light as this man is, he will tell you he's a black man. His kids are black. His girl is black. Everybody in his life is black. That's how he identifies and he lives throughout his life.
Okay,
So
let me
You are
ask you a
if
correct
I
about
question
go
that.
real
to
quick.
another
Yeah,
country
Was
and
he
they
born
that's a
identify,
here?
self-identification.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Was he born here?
yes,
Okay, that's why he's acting like that, because he wasn't born in his country. So he, of course, he's going to use the American terms. Duh. That's why he's
but
doing that. If he was
but
born in his
but
country,
that's
maybe he
not.
wouldn't be saying shit
But
like
it's
that.
no. But it's just different for us because
No,
Haitians identify as black.
Do
he
we
will be
have
a
an
Mila. No. He said his mother's the light skinned one, so he
Mm.
probably called himself Neg. You know. or depending where he's from in Haiti, whether he's from the north or the south.
That's more like a slur, but
Oh,
Well,
neg is a slur now. Neg is a slur
so
now.
that's where it came from. It's literally the equivalent to the N word. So that's where is we wouldn't call ourselves neg. They would.
What
It's
is
like
what
a
is the meaning of the word though? Because if you could make it a
that's
slur if you want to. What does it mean?
no the original purpose of the word. That's what it was. It was originally a slur. I thought everybody knew this.
Not
so
everybody here
Wait.
speaks
So
Creole.
Saint, you're not Black American.
I'm
No,
half Black American and I'm
he's
You're
black.
half
He's
not
black.
Haitian.
Black American.
No, he is black.
I
He has
am.
the right to
Yeah, he's
claim that
black,
he
but
is.
he's not Black American.
I know, but
I
he's
am.
just
My
using
mom
it.
is Black American.
No,
His
but you're
mom
not.
is
You
His
will be
mom's
no,
Black
he's
Haitian
American.
mixed.
Fine.
American.
You're
You will
half
be
and
no,
I
but
half.
might
his
be
But
Haitian
his
and
no
mom's
American,
black
Black
but my
America.
mom
American.
is
His
Black
his
American.
mom his mom his mom is Gullah Geechee, and like the typical Haitian man, they seek for something lighter, so it's okay.
But how
Well,
can
There's
he?
nothing wrong with
No,
that.
that's where the
you
confusion
gotta
comes
ask
in. You're
Scam.
not Black American. One family
You gotta
member
No,
ask
may
Scam
be okay.
what he
That's
is.
cool, but you're not. You would be whatever Haitian American, Nigerian American. I don't know, but you're not Black American. Black American means your lineage is fully here. No, I don't even call myself that.
My lineage is fully here. That's what I'm telling you. My mom
You're
is a
half
descent.
Haitian.
My mom
Yo,
is
Scam.
Gullah Geechee.
I don't
let him
think you
finish. I want to
understand
hear
what
this.
she's saying. The
Oh my
FBA's right.
Yeah,
God,
They're
let him go.
bro.
saying
Wait,
that
let him
Black
go.
I'm
Let him
so
go. Let him
Americans
tired
go.
are
with y'all,
people who are
bro.
Oh, Black
foundational.
American, Black African
You can't
American.
say that.
Oh
No,
my.
no, I understand what he is saying. He is saying he is Black American, but he does not identify with the Coalition of
FBA.
what is
I'm not
considered
FBA.
FBA.
I'm not
He is.
FBA. I
But
don't.
that's oh
That
my
is what he is saying.
God, bro. What?
I'm
It's
just.
just a lineage, foundational. You're foundational to the country.
Yo,
I
Scott,
don't
you
know
ain't
what they
shit.
got going on.
Y'all are so funny, bro.
I would ask
Most people don't even know who they are.
I would ask Scam
Well,
what he considers
I
him
can.
because Scam I've seen him on the FBA panels all the time. So let's ask him
Oh,
what
Yeah,
does
yeah,
he
you said.
think
Scam,
he is.
bruh, Scam. Am I tripping? He's not Black American, right? Am I
Yeah,
tripping?
Scam.
I'm not Black American. Why people be
No,
thinking?
not you. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Saint. He's
Oh,
Oh
we're
saying
talking
he's
yeah.
about
Black
Saint. We're
American.
talking about Saint. What is he?
Oh
What do
yeah.
you
I'm like
consider him?
Yvonne Martinez, bro. I can't
You
be no
done
Black
your
American with that name, Ivan Martinez. Y'all crazy?
Have
Nah,
you
nah.
done your ancestry test,
Listen,
Saint?
Saint is Black
My mom
American
did
and
her
Haitian. He's both.
ancestry test. She is Black American. Her descendants from Alabama on her dad's side and South Carolina on her mom's side.
Black
This
American.
is so
What
funny,
are we
bruh.
talking
So,
about?
He's
where's
Black
the
American.
ancestors from the continent from?
What do you mean?
From
He's Black
Alabama and
American.
South Carolina.
Oh,
What are
he's
we?
Black American and Haitian. That's it. He's Black American and Haitian. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm saying when people do their DNA, they might come up
Baby, I
5%
grew up with pork and beans
Nigerian,
and franks and my
10%
grandmother telling me,
Senegambia.
How about the Saint? Did you do Ancestry.com 23andMe? Did you do any of that?
my mom
I'm
did.
asking him.
I did not
He
do.
said he didn't do it. That's it. There we go. That's it. We put that to rest.
That's so funny.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you guys might push back on this, but from what I've read, they say that
I am
the
Haitian.
lineage, as far as people doing their DNA, the highest numbers are coming up. Senegal, Senegambia, both Congos, and Angola for both Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Oh my God. I
But
don't
like I
know.
said, when I'm in
I
those
have a question
African
for Saint.
panels, they wouldn't accept somebody that's racially ambiguous as being African anyway. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I be telling people. People technically just go off of their paternal or maternal line, and they go off of your tribe and your village. That's all it
I
Wait,
think
takes.
Saint,
I just
I have
find
a
this
Ooh.
I just find this so ironic because
Saint. I have a
literally,
question for you.
go ahead.
Yeah, because I just want to circle back to what you said like much earlier in the convo. You said you have a huge problem when Dominicans who look similar to you don't identify as Black. They say that they're not Black. Like, do you think they're actually denying what they look like their
I've
phenotype, or do you think they're just making a distinction between Black Americans and themselves? Because I guarantee you, if you ask that same person in Spanish how they describe themselves, you'd probably get the answer that you're looking for. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the whole joke or trope about Dominicans denying their Blackness is usually aimed at Dominicans who don't even speak English as their first language, from the Godfrey joke or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
I understand what you guys are saying, but I can speak Spanish. So that issue, I remember having a full-blown debate, and I was literally asking them, si una persona parece como yo, what are they? Like, that's I don't understand what are.
So this is why I agree with the because even white tea people don't do that either. Only in the United States, of course. But it's imagine everybody in Africa, West Africa. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. You know, people be like, I'm Igbo. I'm this. I'm that. In Europe, the people be like, I'm British. I'm Anglo. I'm Ireland. I'm Russian. I'm this. I'm that. And the fourth, this and that, and the fourth. Typically, that's how people do it, except for the Western world.
So continue. You said you've had full-on combos with them in Spanish, and what would they say?
They would say the same thing. Like, they would say the exact same thing. But the thing is,
what they say? What would they say? Saint? What would they say to you?
I've had. Listen, for y'all should have been in my lives. I've literally had people straight up say, I don't have no African DNA, and they're darker than me. I've had people
but we hold on. This is what we gotta say though, because
just like once again, I don't agree with those Haitians who are saying
this is why I don't entertain this, because it puts us in a position where you have to prove a negative, and this is just impossible.
No, hold up.
He's going off of anecdotal experiences.
I'm not. You asked me about an anecdotal experience. What?
Think about it. Hold on. I want y'all to think about this though, guys. How would people think about it? Let's all use our noggin. How would people self-identify without a DNA test? Do you guys do your research? No, but DNA test it's just a recent phenomenon. Think about that. People if we didn't go to school, right, and learn this shit in school, people just gotta identify with their freaking tribes. I didn't know nothing about this shit until like recently, because I just started reading books. I just identify as a New Yorker because that's come on, you guys. Like,
but I think once again, you can identify how you identify. People will identify you how they identify you.
Absolutely
like I
correct.
said, the TikTok Africans don't speak for the real ones.
Hold on. There's local identification. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying in the real world, right? Like if you say, oh, you come across a Congolese person, you say, I did my DNA and I found out I have, 53% of Congolese descent in such and such tribe, and I want to get in touch with my roots or learn more about the culture. Those Africans are not going to be like, you're not African, you're Dominican, me no black, I hate you, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to do that to you. They're going to embrace you with open arms because they're just a peaceful people like that. The ones on here, they're going to tell you to go suck your mother. You're not black. You're mixed. You're Asian, me no black, me no black. We got to stop letting these ignorant, backwards. By the way, let me tell you something that I heard through the grapevine. A lot of these Africans on here are not even Africans. They're other nationalities pretending to be African. Just like some of the Haitians on here, they're not Haitians.
You can't be saying that, Pop. You can't be saying.
No, it's true though. I've been in their spaces, and they're people that are pretending to be African on these panels. So
I want to say
when
this,
they're
right?
cursing Dominicans out and dropping them and being hostile, it's
where are they from? Where are they from then? Where would they be from then?
I don't know. Africans are telling me this about these other Africans. They're saying they're westernized Africans that haven't been to the continent and don't know their culture for real. So they don't. They're basically what he's saying is their opinion about Dominicans shouldn't matter. They don't speak for all of Africa because of their behavior on here. And that's what my worry is that people will get in these panels and see how they treat Dominicans and get discouraged about taking an interest in their lineage.
So you're saying these are Africans who now live in the UK and America?
Basically, westernized, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to discredit them. I don't know for sure, but this is what I've been told by a lot of Africans. They like to rage bait and say asshole shit, but we all know they don't act like this in real life. Not the majority. I'm not saying they're perfect people, but these are not people that are like gonna hit you over the head with a bag of coins if you say you have lineage. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Don't let these people discourage you on here.
So I also want to say this, right? So there's outside of self-identification and there's inside self-identification. So people always go, prime example, if I'm born in the United States, right? If I'm seeing another melanated person, doesn't matter what skin ranges he's from, I'm gonna be like, he's black. But somebody else gonna look at them, right? And be like, no, he's brown. No, he's this. No, he's that. Everybody, it's different between outside identification and inside identification. And people need to know the difference. And like I said before, even when the Black Americans went to the DR, right? Everybody know about that history. They sided with the Spanish. They didn't even side with the Haitians. They were like, no, we want to be on the Spanish side. Like, so, and they will be racially, United States term, called black. So people always find ways to distinguish themselves. That's all I want to say.
So who are the people? that are so eager to, to get to their demise. Like, unless you're crazy, like, like you tell me that you're going, like you free your country, and then economically, like you can't even survive like 5 years later after quote unquote getting independence. Like, I don't understand that. And you knew that this was going to happen. So how is it independence if they have boats already parked right by their ports and threatening them for them to pay them a debt?
He left. He left. He left. He left. No, no,
What's
no.
up?
The problem is when you got like three people like trying to jump him and ask him 1,000 questions at the same time, he's not gonna be able to answer. You guys gotta understand
I just want to know, like,
Come on, Blanco. We dialed it back though. We went one by
that.
one.
Nah, but it's like nah, bro, because it's 3 of y'all. It's 3 of
No,
y'all.
we
He's not gonna answer the question. Of course he's
no,
gonna leave. I
but
want him too, bro.
non-white, bro. We would not pressure it, bro. You know how troll we could be. We would not no
Nah, no,
pressure.
but it's like when you got like three people asking him questions, he's like, all right, now I gotta answer questions from three different people.
tú lo estás
You know.
entendiendo, eh?
No, no, es que yo lo conozco. The problem, you guys gotta understand. Like for years, he's been saying that he's just Haitian. Sometimes he never. Sometimes he'll say that he's bi ethnic. Sometimes he likes to say that he's Haitian and Galagichi, but he will always run around here
Yeah, he's literally
saying
the
that.
whole map now. Like, I
So
hate that shit.
if there's any of them here, like I would like for
That's
someone
the
to
whole
come up.
point. So it's
Well,
like,
you have more experience with these people on this app than I do.
yes,
So.
nah. I only been here a year, but
Who is
I
this
learned a lot.
girl coming up? What's her
You have
name?
done.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, what's up, It's Mr. Amhara? What's up?
how you
Oh,
doing?
okay. You can go next. Go ahead.
Okay, do Haitians have Taino ancestry? Yeah, a few of them do. Probably like 1% in their DNA. I mean, I'm not judging what that means. I'm not putting value or saying they're less than somebody, but yeah, some of them have like about 1 or 2%, maybe 3 or 4, and those are the ones that look more quote unquote Dominican, more Hispanic. But yeah, there are Haitians that have Taino ancestry. I kind of want to go into this whole Haitian thing because and Dominican thing. I feel like it's dishonest conversation, and it's like a rivalry between Dominicans and Haitians that shouldn't exist. And I feel like somebody got to be a judge. Like me, I'm gonna say I don't like to take sides between different cultures, but I'm gonna take sides right now, and I'm gonna say that the Haitians are wrong because if why is okay? Just think about it. Haiti has invaded Dominican Republic. What about 17 to 20 something times? I forgot how many times they invaded the DR. And that's not something that a black country should be doing to another what they call black people. Why are you trying to invade them and make them slaves? Because when Haiti so-called brought independence to the Dominican Republic, they actually put people in forced labor camps. This is not a lie. This is something that you can look up. So as far as black people, we got to be honest with ourselves. Are we going to just be pro-black? Or are we going to be pro-right? Because if we're going to do something, we got to do it the right way. And I feel like some black people and it's not just Haitians, we believe anything we do is right no matter what. Just because we did it, our people did it, that doesn't make it right. So as far as that Dominican Haitian shit, y'all need to get y'all stuff together, man, because right now, Dominican Republic kind of got their shit together and Haiti don't. So that's how I'm going to judge people. What are you doing? What have you done? And where you at right now? And
By their fruits,
yeah,
by their fruits.
exactly.
So
Right.
that's I agree with that, my brother.
Yeah, you cooked the whole buffet. They're gonna start attacking you now.
Okay, come on, bro. Bring it on. Shit, I don't care.
Micah,
He didn't
I
say,
appreciate you
hey,
have. You see, Micah, I wasn't gonna troll today. These are
Mm-hmm.
the prompts that I usually troll on, but you can drop me. I appreciate y'all
Okay,
having me
bye.
on.
I want to say something about what he said that I'm noticing a lot of people that the people that's really doing their history and really learning and really taking an interest to get down to the bottom of things, they're starting to realize that the Dominicans are not really the problem. Even some Africans, I've been on panels with them and they've said, hey, we have been manipulated by these Haitians. Not that I'm anti-Haitian, I'm anti-empire Haitian. I make that very clear, but that we've been manipulated by history. We didn't take the time to really learn it for real. Now that we understand it, we know, we have a clear understanding of what's really going on. Like,
Oh shit, we got OG Gwen in here. Hey, Gwen.
Hola, ¿cómo
Gwen.
estás?
Don't wall out, especially with that beautiful profile picture. Don't wall out right now. Don't wall
Okay,
out.
I won't.
Please. Thank you, Thea. Thank you, Thea. Please.
What you
De
got to say about the
nada.
prompt?
Um, no, Dominican shouldn't be Pan-African, right? So these are my daughters. They're 100% Dominican. Do they have the same color of skin as you? I don't think so, because my daughter's DNA includes Taino DNA, right? My husband's ancestry is Taino. He comes from San Juan, Dominican Republic. You see a picture of my mother-in-law? She has very light tan skin. She has long, straight, soft, black hair. She has brown eyes. It confused me forever. Like, I would ask my husband, why does your mother look like a Native American in the USA? Well, then I started doing history on my husband and children's country. The Tainos were the first people in the Dominican Republic. The Africans didn't come till the 1500s, early 1500s, and they came with the Spaniards as slaves, okay? Then everybody started having sex, right? So Dominican makeup is not African makeup. It's not the same as you. Dominican makeup in 80% of Dominicans is Taino, white European / Spanish, and black. There's no one drop rule in the Dominican Republic, right? That's something you guys made up in the USA.
That'll be silly. That's just to hate your other like your other nationalities or your other heritages. Like that's what it is for.
Exactly. So here's the deal. The Dominican Republic is its own country, right? It was a country before the United States. So it has nothing to do with the USA besides being allies. The USA buys a ton of sugar from the Dominican Republic. Tons of medical instruments, machines are actually manufactured in the Dominican Republic. And I can relate to that because I've been in medical diagnostic capital equipment sales to hospitals for over 20 years. Okay? When my daughters and husband came to the USA, they didn't turn Black American, right? They're still Dominican. It's been almost 12 years now. You know how else? How can Dominicans be Black? They speak Spanish as their first language. They are Latino. As a Black American, that's not you. As a Dominican, my daughters had quinceañeras, however you say it. As a Black American, at 15, you don't have a quinceañera, right? As a Black American, you don't eat mango con tres goples for breakfast. You don't do that, right? You don't eat moro, locrio, tostones, sancocho. You don't drink moriseñando. You don't drink El Presidente or Brugal. You don't. As a Black American, you don't listen to Romeo Santos, Prince Royce. You may listen to Bad Bunny because that's popular right now, but you probably didn't listen to Daddy Yankee, did you? Dominican music isn't Black. It's written in Spanish and sung in Spanish, right? Because it came from the Dominican Republic. Bachata,
Mommy, Daddy
You a little
Yankee is
off
Puerto
topic.
Rican. Mommy,
You a
Daddy
little,
Yankee is Puerto
you a
Rican.
little off topic right now.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not,
I think she's
sweetie.
rambling a little bit.
I am fucking smart as hell. I sell $500,000 chemistries analyzers to hospitals. I've
And she's
learned the
And
history
Dominicano,
of
correct me if I'm wrong, but
my...
quinceañeras are Mexican, are they not?
No,
right.
they're not. We have them in the
Spanish.
DR. You want me to go get a
It's
picture?
European.
Yeah, and Bad Bunny
You
is
want
also
me to
Puerto
go get a
Rican.
picture of my daughter's quinceanera?
Gwendolyn,
She's
you
not
sound drunk
Dominican.
right now, mama. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You keep
She's
yelling and shit.
and
Un
she's not
aplauso, por
Dominican either.
favor. Un aplauso.
She's probably Mexican.
No, I actually have been to the DR. None of you fuckers have ever been to our country.
See?
I am a Dominican citizen. I
Yo,
have been
Micah,
for
you gotta get
6
your Spanish
years.
together.
I've been
Un aplauso,
going
por
there
favor.
for 14 years.
I don't
You've
even know what
never
to say.
set one foot in the Dominican Republic.
Actually,
You
yeah.
know who
Teach
she
you
sound like? She sound like
Dominican
Chucky's wife. She
history
sound like Tiffany,
in
Chucky's
fucking
wife.
New York. They didn't teach you Dominican history in New York. Shut the fuck up. My husband knows the history of his country.
Why are we yelling though?
She's not.
Espérate,
She's not.
déjala tranquila, déjala tranquila.
Quinceañeras are
Go ahead,
Mexican
Urano,
tradition,
déjala
though.
tranquila.
You're not Mexican. My
No,
She's not
daughters
Dominican.
each had a quince girlfriend.
What?
They
Why
had
do you think
two. They had
Why do
one
you think?
in the Dominican Republic and they have one in the USA.
Why do you think
My
she? Why do you think she
Dominican
keeps saying?
women...
Why do you think she keeps saying her husband's Dominican and not her? See, she's pretending to be something
Do I
else.
have to be Dominican to know the history of my husband and children?
You're Mexican. You're Mexican.
Gwen-
I know
Gwendolyn,
that.
but why are you
Mexican.
yelling though?
She's not
Wait up, let her
Mexican.
speak, let her speak.
You
Go ahead,
guys
Gwendolyn.
don't understand. Papa, tell them I'm a white girl, right? Blonde hair,
Yes.
blue
Yeah,
eyes.
she's white.
With
She's
a
not Mexican.
Latina body. I've been with my
A Latina
Dominican
body.
husband
Negative,
for 14
negative.
fucking
No,
years.
that is true. That is true. That is true.
There
Okay.
are white Dominicans in the Dominican Republic.
Gwendolyn
You know
got the
that,
yams.
right?
Gwendolyn got the
Anybody
yams.
can learn the history of any country, right? I
tú no le ves las
graduated
hijas.
University of Washington with a 4.0 GPA, summa cum laude. Don't tell me I can't learn Dominican history. And
No,
on
you good,
top of
When
Gwendolyn.
you're
that,
drinking that,
I lived in the
Cerveza.
Dominican Republic for over a year. I can cook my
drinking
husband
cervezas.
any
Go
Dominican
ahead.
food he
Go ahead,
wants.
Gwendolyn. That's
I
right.
took
That's right.
showers with a
Period.
fucking bucket of water.
That's right.
Like
That's
So
right.
you
Dominicans.
telling me?
Right.
So you telling me
Gwendolyn,
that
you know what?
that ass bigger than the sun?
I just gave
Why
you
she
a
drink so many
lesson on
cervezas?
Dominican history and Dominican culture, and you don't like it because
Alright, let's
they
give
don't
you-
call themselves black.
Let's
They
test you.
don't
Let's
have
test
to
you.
call
Why
themselves
they don't-
black like
Let's test
you.
you.
Because
Yeah.
Dominicans
Why you drinking?
are white too,
Let's-
and they're Taino, and you're not.
Hello.
I
Gwendolyn,
agree with a lot of
She's
what
a
she's saying,
racist.
but she just threw me off with
Gwendolyn,
some of
do
the
you
Nah,
know
she's
what?
racist.
Do you know who President
She's a
Guatacata
supremacist.
Vitus Betty is?
Iguazacata, what is that?
You
Like,
guys,
Why the fuck?
hey, Negro
She doesn't-
Americanos, who is the
Yo.
president of the Dominican Republic right now?
She's a.
Guatacata
And
Vitus Betty.
ask me, go tell me, is the president of the Dominican Republic right now black
Peña
or
Gómez.
white? His name is Luis Abinader. Go on Google and look
He's
him
a
up.
Arab. He's
That
Arab.
is true.
He's Middle Eastern.
That's
He's
right.
Middle
He's an Arab. He's Middle Eastern.
He's
Yo,
Middle
Blanco,
Eastern
I'm
and
gonna change my
Dominican.
name to that right
Whatever.
there.
Look at his
Luis
family. They're
Abinader.
all white, just like a lot of people in the DR.
Whatever you
Lots
don't
and
know.
lots of white Dominicans.
Let
Y'all
her
always
speak.
stop playing
My
with Gwen. She
mother-in-law
thick as
and my
fuck.
sister-in-laws don't have black skin. Why would they call themselves that Afro-Dominican?
Do you know what Guasacaca is?
No, tiene tremendo culo.
If you know that, then you are a real
That
one.
you are definitely Dominican, bro.
That's a
You know what that is.
Gwendolyn, don't post a picture. Don't post a picture.
Guasacaca.
No, she know what cervezas
thank
is
you.
though.
We're gonna move to the next guest. What's your name?
Shout out to
Miss Cat
Gwendolyn.
Alexis.
Gwendolyn,
Go ahead.
Gwendolyn owns multiple properties in Dominican.
I
Yeah.
have
So
3 Dominican children.
hold on,
You
guys.
guys
That's right.
don't
Okay.
fuck with me, right?
Hold on.
You
Hold on
don't
really
But
quick.
you know what
fuck with me.
Guasacaca is?
Hold on, really quick, guys.
She's not from the
we're gonna-
hood, bro,
we're
boy.
gonna
That's the
get back
problem with you
to her.
Dominicans. You think
I
you
live
think
in
anybody is
Seattle,
gonna
All
push you.
right.
I
We're
live
gonna
in
get
the
back to
same
her.
city as
Hey.
The fuck
Bill
outta
Gates
here.
and
Okay.
Microsoft.
Okay, Gwen. We'll
I'm
get back
very
to
well
you.
educated. I don't live
That's
in
right,
New
Gwendolyn.
York or
Okay.
New
Tell him.
Jersey.
Thank you.
We
Tell him
live
you're
It's
not
where
from
only
the
we
back on
Bronx.
have.
Tell
topic.
him.
All
Tell
right.
him
All
you're not from the
right.
It's a
Bronx.
happy hour.
Yes,
We're
thank
not from
you.
the
That's
Bronx.
enough.
Thank you,
We're
my
gonna
love.
get back to the new guest, please. We're gonna get to the new
Thank you for
guest.
sharing.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Damn, Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Mestak. Or whatever
Meshach,
your
how
name
y'all
is.
doing, folks? Meshach, how y'all doing,
Meshach.
folks?
Good. Go ahead.
What?
Yeah.
Doing great.
So should Dominicans be Pan-African if they want to? Well, just a preference. I'm Haitian, but I don't have this deep beef with Dominicans. I just don't do that. But to answer the prompt, should Dominicans be Pan-African if they want to? I don't believe in Pan-Africanism. When did Afro-Dominican become a term and why? People want to just why? Probably because people want to embrace more of the Afrocentric nature or themselves. That's the first time I've heard Afro-Dominican. Do Haitians have Taino ancestry? That's a weird question because I don't know how we can
And you're
measure
a
that.
fucking Negro.
Okay, hold on, Gwen. I'm gonna have
Okay,
to drop
okay,
you.
drop
I'm gonna
Gwendolyn
have to
real quick.
drop
A
you
fucking
and
negro is
bring you back
crazy.
up later.
There
Yeah,
we
That's
we can't
go.
interesting.
do that right now. We gotta.
Yo, what is up with
Gwendolyn,
Gwen's thick ass?
Damn, what the
listen,
fuck? Yeah, we can't
Gwendolyn,
do all
listen,
that. That's crazy. Not on my
Gwendolyn,
platform. Because they're gonna attack the
She,
host. They're not gonna attack you. They're gonna attack
Gwendolyn,
the host. Please, like,
Gwendolyn, don't play about Dominicanism. She will lash out on everybody.
please don't do that.
Oh my God! And you bring
Okay.
Juju? Oh, another one.
Do
Okay, can
Haitians
we
have
let him
Taino
go? Go
ancestry?
ahead.
I don't know how you're measuring that. I personally
They were
think that
Puerto
is a
Rican. What the fuck? She didn't do nothing. Go ahead.
I think there's a high suggestion that there are. I think this is a weird thing. Maybe not enough to be considered like a population, quote unquote, but personally I think so because the way we talk about the Indian history in Haiti, it suggests that because we do have the universities dedicated to that. We have statues dedicated to that. We have certain songs and dances dedicated to that. In the traditional Haitian voodoo, a lot of the
Don't
spiritual.
hold on real quick. If you come up here as a new guest, don't teacup. You're getting dropped immediately. So, ma'am, don't teacup. Teacup when you're not on the panel. Go ahead, sir.
So when it comes to the traditional Haitian voodoo, I know there's a lot of elements attributed to the Taino people. So those are the things in response to. Yeah, I land.
The other prompt, you didn't answer it. Go ahead.
Should Dominicans be Pan-African?
Mm-hmm.
I did. But I don't.
Oh, you already
I'm
did?
not a
Then what about the other
Pan-Africanist.
one?
When did I never heard of that term? But if Dominicans want to be considered Afro-Dominican, go ahead. I mean, there's Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Cuban. If that's what they want to mess with, go ahead. Why? I think it's because they're trying to emphasize that aspect because it seems like on a social media level, the Dominican narrative is more so they emphasize more of their Spanish side versus any other side. But why? That's what I think.
We really don't care. Honestly, we really don't care. That's just people that went to college here in the States. And, they wear that blue hair and that earring in their noses. Those are the only ones that you're going to hear doing that bullshit. Other than that, we don't care.
And they play hacky sack.
Who the hell is on an island? All them birds quacking.
The
they're
hell?
on the beach.
Oh,
You can hear seagulls. You can hear
yeah. I'm
seagulls.
like,
Yep.
wait, what's going on?
Yeah, those are seagulls.
Sounds like episode of SpongeBob or something. So who wants to go next? Juju, what you up here for?
Yeah, I just saw the two prompts. Do Haitians have Taino ancestry? A tiny bit on average. And the other two things is should Dominicans be Pan-African? When did Afro-Dominican become a term and why? It's existed since 1844. Not only that, I partly subscribe to the Pan-African ideology, but I don't subscribe to idiots like Dr. Rumor. I don't even know why people even give that man all this type of attention as someone of mixed ancestry.
Blanco, you see, now she's going to get the pictures of the quinceañera.
Oh my God! I tell her every day to stop doing that shit. Every day she like, tell Gwendolyn, stop self-doxing.
That
Stop.
Gwendolyn chick
What is she
needs
drinking? She's
needs.
drinking Clarin. She gotta be drinking some
No,
Clarin.
no, 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 no. That's just her. That's just her.
That shit, I ain't
She
gonna lie, that
needs
shit went
to.
left real quick, man. I was shaking in my boots. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't want to meet. You
She
don't want to meet
needs.
Gwendolyn in a dark alley, bro.
She needs to get on out of here. She's not Dominican. She
What?
tries to
She likes her
cosplay as being
man.
Dominican
Her
using
man
her
treats her
husband.
good. She's a writer
She
for a
loves her
man, period.
man, bro.
Man's
That's just
Dominican,
it. She's a writer
and
for a man.
she got Dominican children with him.
As every woman should
What
be
ab-
a writer
what
for their
about you?
man.
What about you, Juju? Do you got Dominican children?
I don't.
Somebody said she
What?
has a dark skinned husband, so
What about
He
you,
just he
Juju?
just
Yeah,
raised
I
the
wonder
Haitians
how he
plea.
feels about her
Eddie
being
Lopez.
racist up
No,
here.
no, 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 no. I'm asking you the question, Juju. Do you have Dominican children?
Oh shit.
No, I live in New York or New Jersey. We live in Seattle area. That's the West
alright guys, I'm
Coast.
gonna
No,
let this
Juju,
girl.
Juju,
Hold on, hold on, hold on
don't
real
run
quick.
now. I'm asking
Yeevy, is
Stop
you.
that how you say
fucking
your
with
name?
me. Be serious.
Yeevy.
Yes, yes, Evie.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Haiti.
Okay, you wanna answer the prompt?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say for the first one, first of all, don't mind my accent. And then I have nothing against Dominican people. I love the country. It's so much fun. I enjoy it every time.
Mm-hmm.
I think before Dominicans or Haitians, that country was just one land. It did not belong to me as Haitian. It did not belong to Dominicans. So some Dominicans think that Haitians have problem with them. I know it's not. We're talking about Taino, but when you say Taino, you talk about Dominicans and Haitians. That's clear. So I think a lot of Dominicans do not agree with Haitians. It's something that starts from the beginning. You know what I mean? They thought that Haiti took them in slavery or something like that. But when you study history, it wasn't like that at all. Haiti were trying to save Dominicans from Spain.
Did we
You
call
know
you
what?
guys? Did we call you? Like did we
No, no,
welcome
deja
you?
que
Did
ella
we
termine, deja
Let
que
her
ella
land. Let her
termine.
No, no, no.
land. Let her land.
Let me just finish. I'm not here to, like,
No, go ahead,
Yeah.
go.
So, um, you did not call us, but it's because you needed help at the time, and then since we were just one, so we took. I'm not saying you. Haiti took took Dominicans for 12 years. It's because you wanted to get away from Spain, so we did that. And then even after that, Spain took you back. You see what I'm saying? So it's I'm like, I feel so bad when Dominicans and Haitians, we think like we are different in so many ways. Music, cultures, I understand that. But when you think of it, like, we like the roots, you know what I mean? It's not that different to me. I did my
right?
DNA. I know that I'm Haitian and I'm from so many places. I am RH negative, like it's rare in Haiti, and I am 40%, 46% European. I am 22% African, 8% Asian. It's a lot. So in Haiti, Haitians and Dominicans, we are not, like, we can say that, our nationality is Dominicans or Haitians, but we are not originals because we like, it's a mix. You see what I'm saying? You can choose. You can feel free to say you Dominicans, I'm Haitian, and that's all I know. You know what I mean? And that's fine. If you wanna admit that Taino part of you, that is your business. If you reject it, that's your business. Just like the FBA do, they reject that African part of you. You can do that. You're free to do that. Me as an Haitian, I don't have a problem with that at all. You can choose to be whoever you want to be.
I
But
want to
there's
just okay.
history.
Can I
I want to
respond
just
after?
add to. I want to clarify a little thing that she said though, real fast. During the time of war, when Haiti and DR were, getting independence, we have to keep in mind that the people that were there, they were from Dahomey, they were African, they were Taino, they were European. There was no Haitian Dominican
Mm-hmm.
at the time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so people were simply fighting for independence. And if you have a European idea, I would not be surprised if people from the western part of Saint-Domingue at the time, that's what it was called, or Hispaniola, whatever you want to suit it, they were fighting against the other side.
It's called Saint
So
Domingue, not Saint Domingue. Saint Domingue.
Saint-Domingue, the French side of the island.
Yes.
Saint-Domingue, the French side of the island of that time.
But that part of Saint-Domingue comes from Spain. Like, the Afro Dominicans are from they are. I mean, history says 90% of Dominicans have African roots. You know what I mean? Like the 10%
Yes,
from
that is true.
directly in Spain. So that's why when
Right.
you say if you choose to say that you're not African, I'm not gonna argue with you because I don't know. You probably do not have African in you because there were like 10% of you guys that were not mixed that come straight from Spain.
I disagree, but we
I
can
mean,
keep on going.
I understand.
Yeah.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
respond? All right. So are you done with your point? All right,
Yeah,
great.
go ahead, Esperado. Alright,
So you're saying that that we needed freedom. That sounds very similar to like something that we practice here in the States, like without the States being called. You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point, right? Nobody called you. No one called you to our side of the island. What you guys did was you took the advantage that the French left, right? But a little later, they parked boats and threatened you, right? If you didn't pay the debt that you have. I don't know. So far, we're clear, right? We agree on that? Or we don't?
No, but you can continue.
All right,
So tell me.
Quitte le parler,
So,
quitte le parler.
all right. Okay. So when you guys cross, don't come with a peace flag because it was never peace. Like along the way, you guys caused a lot of harm and you killed a lot of people. So I don't know what peaceful campaign comes killing people. And there's records. There's names of people that passed away. There's everything. So help me understand how like it was a call for freedom when we never called you.
Well, so I don't know how you're called. Else, how do you want me to call you?
You can call me whatever you want. That doesn't
I
matter.
don't know what. Okay, some chicken with a dagger. I don't know what your name is.
It doesn't matter. Just give me your
Call him
point.
pool boy.
Okay, pool boy. All right. So, well, this is the thing. I think we're looking at this from a 2026 mentality. I think we got to be
Not really.
mindful. Say it again.
I'm 39. Not really.
But go ahead, finish it.
But this is the thing. I think we need to be mindful that there was not a one side and another side. It was just an island of people. This was not like we didn't have this internal identity of this is who we are.
But how does that prove what I just said?
I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you.
Let him finish and then you give your rebuttal.
Okay. So I just want to be clear because even until this day, the border between Haiti and DR is just one little river away. It's not this idea that we knew who we are. We were Haitian. The time that they were having independence, there was no Haiti. There was no DR. It was just Santo Domingo, Hispaniola. And there were people
was
that
a town
wanted...
and there was a city. There was a town and there was a city and it had a name.
Okay, so the people... Okay, so this is in the 1800s, right? We're trying to get a mentality of how these times were. Even to this day, for information to be in the island, it's hard. Till this day. It's not this thing where like even DR or Haiti, addresses is still a struggle. So we're talking about the 1800s where we didn't have none of these things going on. These are people that want independence.
You can't say that because even pre 1800 there was already a perimeter line that divided the colony of Santo Domingo and the colony of Saint Domingue.
Yes, that was the Europeans. So wait, hold up.
Let me
land my idea. Let me land my idea real fast. So but this is the thing. I think let's not be disingenuous here.
No, I'm letting you finish.
But let's be clear. Even to this day, even in the countryside, people don't even have phones or certain type of technology. Electricity is not all over the country. It's just not it to this day. But we're
How
talking about 1800s.
Let
how
get
is
the
But y'all
this,
meaning.
gotta
Let
let me land.
finish.
Let
bro,
me
Let
bro?
land. Let
finish.
me
Let
land. Let me
finish.
land. Let me
Let
Yo,
land.
get
no
the
more,
meaning.
Let me
no
land. Let me
No,
more.
land.
let
Let
get
me
the meaning.
land.
Cause
Let
you
me
look at
land.
it. You gotta let him
Let me
finish, bro. Go
let
ahead.
me
Go
land.
ahead.
Let me land. I'm about to
But don't
finish.
go.
I'm
But don't
very
go too
emotional. I
long.
know this is
I
Don't
got
go
emotional.
too
you. I
long.
got
It's
But
not
you.
what
emotional. Just don't go too
no,
long.
then
Go
let
ahead.
me land. Let me land,
I'm
sir.
telling you. Go ahead.
Let me
Go.
all right, then stop. Put yourself on mute, please. So what I'm saying is just this. These are a group of people that said we want independence. They're on an island with very few ideas of what's going on. And if they see a European people and they want to get independence from these people, so let it be. That's how it was at the time. I think we got to just be more honest with history, and we got to stop. If we look at it from the European perspective and we say they had documented records of sanctioned land, that's Spain, that's France. If you're siding with them, that's fine. But in reality, that's just not the case. But I
I
land.
am them. I am them. That's what it is. I am them,
More
and I am
focus
you.
on
And,
colors
and
than
Oh, so
history.
you're
That's the
so
thing.
you're okay. So you're
Evies.
Spanish. So
Evies. No.
you're
No. No.
recognizing your
Evies.
Spanish heritage.
Let poor boy give his rebuttal.
So you're
Let this
so
recognizing your
man
Spanish
finish.
heritage.
Go.
so
Go ahead,
so
poor
so
boy.
we are them, the people that you're saying. We are a mix of them. So we didn't call you, and none of your points that you made.
You were
Um,
not there. You don't. You didn't
Easy.
understand.
Chi te
Evies.
pale. Chi te
Coño, pero
pale.
este man está
Chi te
no, no,
pale.
no, no,
muerto.
no, none of the
Go ahead,
points that
poor
you
boy.
made.
Go ahead, poor boy.
No, bro, I'm a grown up, bro. I know
No,
when to speak
no,
and
no,
when
no
not
eres
to.
tú, no eres tú. I'm just saying, go ahead, dale, dale, dale. La gente. Go ahead.
And none of the points that you brought up forth like made any sense or answer or address the points that I
Um.
brought up.
Hold on, guys. We have Kingpin in here. He hasn't. What do you call it? He hasn't gotten to speak.
No, to be honest, I'm just listening. How we
Hold
doing,
on, really
people?
quick, bro. Some of you women
Okay.
need to get slapped in your mouths. Y'all have messy mouths. Nay, ma'am. This is a topic. We have Haitians on here. We're having a conversation. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Like you can leave, homegirl. Leave. Why are you so pressed? Go do your own live. Damn, it's always you mutt-faced looking hoes talking shit. Go do
Oh
something. Go
shit.
cook up
So
a meal.
Who's
Get the fuck
that?
out of here. Go
Who's
ahead,
that?
So like,
Kingpin.
so
No, my bad. I just seeing the conversation, how we doing, people. I'm just, looking at it like you guys wrote down like, oh, do Haitians have Haitian blood ancestry? And I was like, I think that's impossible because I never seen a light skin, straight hair Haitian guy. You get what I'm saying? And well, I'm Puerto Rican myself, and the Spaniards, they almost annihilated the Tainos over there in Puerto Rico. And I'm looking at the Dominican side. I was like, they annihilated basically the Taino on their side too. They only look light skinned because they were mixed with the Spaniard. And on the Haitian side, they don't look light skinned because the French didn't mix with the Haitian people. That's why they're more dark, that they got a dark complexity. You get what I'm saying?
And
So
that
if
is
you
not
look
our
at
fault. We
no,
don't. We
that's what I'm
cannot.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Let guys
It's not your
finish,
fault.
bro. Let people finish. Come on, guys.
That's what I'm saying. It's not your fault. But I'm looking at the history. I was like, I don't think you guys really do have no Taino ancestry on your side. That's all I'm saying because I'm looking at like the Dominican are more accepting of like other ethnicity. Like you guys got Korean on your side. You guys got Spaniard. You guys.
what happened to him? God called him, told him to be quiet for a
all right.
second.
In response to what he was
But hold
saying,
on,
though,
hold on. No.
you want to
Now back
speak?
to what you. Yes, it's my turn. I allow you to speak. You said that these are just people on a piece of land. You cannot say that because those people that's on their land, they had a language, they had a culture, they had an ethnicity, and they had a religion. There was already right a line, a perimeter that divided both sides of the two colonies.
By
You
who?
cannot. I'm literally telling you by the French and the Spaniard. You cannot say that there wasn't no border and that we were all one. You
Okay. So you're
when you say
recognizing.
that when you
Okay,
hold
I just
up,
want to get clarity. So you're
I
recognizing.
hold up. No, you're not gonna interrupt me. I allowed you to finish. I told
Sure.
even the other individual to not interrupt you, right? So you cannot say that we're all one in the same and together because Pool Boy is correct. In 1821, nobody asked you to come through. You guys just had a larger military force. and you guys invaded and took over. And then within those 22 years, right, people were rebelling because they saw themselves as different from you guys. Why? Because they spoke a different language and they had a different culture. If we didn't have a different language or a different culture, we would be one, but we're not one.
So I just want to get this clear. So not white. Okay. So the French and the Spaniards came and they put a line in the sand and they said, "This is this place." In this place, meaning Santo Domingo, right? And Santo Domingue. That because back in the day, that's what they both called them. One Santo Domingo in French and one Spanish word Santo Domingo. Same word, different language, right?
Can I address you really quickly?
Okay,
Because
so no, I want to answer not white.
Is this open panel or not?
I want clarity.
Nah, nigga,
So,
fuck
okay.
an open panel. Y'all motherfuckers.
Okay,
This is-
so okay,
this
not
is-
white. Hold up, no.
No.
Okay,
Se va a convertir
okay.
en
So
disparate.
in
Let him
response,
finish.
so
Let them two
hold
finish.
up. No, I'm responding to him. So okay, so
Everybody's
the
getting a timer, bro.
French and the Spaniards, that's what they did. And then the Haitians, right? The Santo Domingo, the Saint Domingue, on that side
You're
said, "Let's be
confusing
one
it. No,
country."
no, you're
No, that's what.
confusing it.
No, you're talking.
You
No,
are
I'm
confusing
using
it.
your lingo.
You think Santo Domingo and Saint Domingo are the same thing. They're not the same thing.
It is.
They were never. No, they're not.
History
You don't
said.
even.
No,
Do
that's
you even
history.
know? Do you even
No,
know
you
when the
can't
French
backtrack.
arrived?
No, you can't backtrack. No, let's.
Saint
No.
Domingue is modern day Puerto Príncipe.
Okay, but that's what it was called back in the day, right?
Puerto Príncipe and Santo Domingo are completely far away from each other. Even the genetic makeup is completely
I'm
different.
using your
Okay,
vocabulary.
hold on.
I'm using your.
You need to utilize your timer so we can move on.
Okay, so can you restart my time so I could, please?
Yeah,
Can
make
you
it
restart my
useful
time?
'cause we gotta move on because Gerardo's here.
Well, can you restart? Okay, thank you. So,
Micah, let them
okay, I
finish.
just want
Let them- hold
please
on,
let me
Micah.
speak. Let me speak
Hold on,
real
real quick,
fast. 'Cause,
Micah.
no,
Let
let me
them
speak real
finish
fast.
on the back and
I'm
forth.
not being.
Because
No,
there
let
needs
me
to be
speak.
clarity, Micah. Please
So,
hold on.
Mod,
I'm
please.
not talking to you. Hold on.
Mod, please,
Micah,
please.
hold on, Micah. Let them two finish so he could clarify
We're
because
gonna
he's trying
only
to
get
escape
2
something.
minutes so we can move on.
Yeah, but not white. So not white could go like answer back and forth. That's what I'm saying. So he could
Okay,
finish and
that's
clarify
fine.
that for the comments. Go ahead.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right.
Sir.
So can you please restart my time,
Yes,
please?
go ahead. I
Thank
got
you.
you. Go ahead.
All right. So I told y'all I've been to the DR. I'm not an anti-Dominican, but I just want to get this clear because your understanding is this: the French at the time it was called Saint Domingue. That's not me. That's the books. On the other side, it was Santo Domingo. Not me, the books. And you said okay to that understanding. One part of Saint Domingue said, listen, we need independence. And that's what they did. Okay. And on top of that, they were one country. Was it not? And a group of people, just a small group of people, made a decision, say, we need to revolt against this idea. And they made their own side, and they called it Santo Domingo. And this side, they changed. They said, let's call this place Haiti, which is a Taino word. Now, for people that don't have no Taino blood, how in the world did they get this word? And we represent Taino people. And for some reason,
Sir, your time
help
is
me
up.
understand
Not white. Hold on, your time is up, sir. Not white. Go ahead, reply.
The reason why I tell you, Dominic, is never interrupt these people because you have to understand the way they think. When you allow them to speak, they tell their truth. And their truth is that they're saying is that we are one and the same. They believe that they were there since 1492. And when I tell you, Dominicans, to shut the fuck up, it's for a reason. That way the audience can see is that these people believe that they're us. They believe that we're all one and the same when we're not. Your people literally arrived in the late 1600s, 1700s. You people come from what's modern, what was called Saint Domingue, which is modern day Puerto Príncipe, and Dominicans come from what is now called Santo Domingo. We are not the same. Just because you guys adopted a few so-called Taino words, when in fact even the word Taino was created in the 19th century, right? History books from the 18th century, right, and before never called them Taino. That is a new term that was created for now to identify the so-called indigenous people of the island. And you guys need to stop doing that. We never asked you guys to come to our side. You guys had a larger population. Why? Because the French brought more slaves. Because the colony of Saint Domingue had a different economy compared to the colony of Santo Domingo. All right? Your
Can
guys
I
made
say something, please?
no. You're no. It's between me and him. Learn how to learn how to sit silent. I understand we're all from Latin America. You guys like to interrupt. We're not doing that right now. Please be patient. So, like I'm
Because
saying is
your
that,
time is over.
hold
That's
up.
why I asked.
Oh no, his time is not over.
That's
Let him
true.
finish. Go ahead.
Does he have a
So,
timer?
like,
That is true.
oh my God.
Let him
Yo, these
finish. Let him
fucking
finish.
people, bro. Esta gente, bro. Oye, es a latigazo que esta gente prende,
No,
coño.
no,
Los
no.
dos, los
Let him
dos.
finish. 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 Go ahead. Go
Dominicans
ahead.
and Haitians, man. Fuck. So, like I'm saying, we're not the same, bro. We were never the same. We were never one. All right. There's a reason within the 22 years, right? We we stopped. We don't want to be with you guys. All right. 22 years is what? One generation. You think within one generation you guys completely change our genetic makeup? That would be insane because that did not happen when the Americans invaded Afghanistan and they occupied Afghanistan for 22 years. Or the majority population of Afghanistan, do they have American DNA? No, they don't, right? Why did they rebel? Because they had their own culture and they pushed back. And we did the same thing. We were never one. You guys got to stop saying that.
Okay,
Can I respond,
Blanco.
Malika? Or
No, no, no,
I
no,
did
no, no.
ask
Let
Hold
somebody
on, no,
else.
no,
No, no, no,
no, no,
no.
no, no.
Gerard wanted to speak. Gerard wanted to speak since earlier.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to wait, and then we have another Haitian lady that wants to come up. So I'm gonna rotate somebody out. Go ahead, Gerardo.
Thank you. So basically, to make all this more easy to understand, we're gonna use the numbers. Okay. So let me see your name really quickly. I don't know. I'm gonna call you Mass. Okay. You, the one who's right there with no white, bro. So Santo Domingo was created in 1496. Okay. So the slaves that came with the French start getting to the island in the 1780s. So that's almost 300 years after the people in the Spain get to the island. So that's the part that you don't understand. Before the people who call themselves Haitians, so they get to the island, we already have here more than 200 years being in the island. That's the reason why we are not the same. That's the reason why we don't speak the same language. That's the reason why we don't have the same culture. Because we already have almost 300 years of history with our culture and our things. That's the part that you understand. You're saying that we were the same group of people, then we were divided by these colonizers. No, none of that happened at the same time. You're talking about history, you're talking about books and all that, but you don't know the dates. You didn't even know when the Spaniards came here, when the French came. It was almost 300 years after the Spaniards came here. That's the reason why we didn't never be the same country, because we already had our own things. That's the difference. We never see ourselves as the same people, as the same group of people, and that's not even about the skin color. It's about the language and the culture. That's the part that you don't want to understand. That's it.
please
SL,
respond.
do not.
Hey,
Hold on, hold
saludo.
on.
How you doing,
SL,
guys?
do not go on teacup, hun, because I'm gonna drop you because I have to protect the life. So come back up, George. You go ahead. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, how you doing, guys? Listen,
I'm good.
I think there's somebody from Puerto Rico say something that it got my attention. He said the French, that when the French have the IT side, they don't mix each other. They mix each other. They mix. They
Yes.
had children together, and the problem was the Saline take. When the Haitian fight for the freedom, I know. Dessalines decided to every mulatto, what they do to the, I don't want to, they disappear them. That's why today you see the difference in Haitian and Dominican, because by that time he decided to only leave alone the black children. But every children was white and mulatto, he disappeared every children. For all that children, the mother was Haitian. So that means that children he disappeared, they was Haitian too. Most of the father, because they're from French, but the mother was Haitian, black woman Haitian. And that's the reason we see a difference from Dominican and Haitian when we come to mixed people. Mixed, because it's in the Saline history, it's right there. They decided to do that. They decided to, every child or every woman who have a child, a white children or mulatto, they disappear them. And that's the reason you don't see the mixed people like Dominican, in this side of the island. And that's what happened. So, and another thing to that lady in the top, I think she's Haitian. She say about the you cross the you come to Dominica to help us. The history is there. You don't come to help Dominica.
Thank you. Thank you. Your 2 minutes is up. Thank
Okay,
you.
give me a second.
Thank you for wasting 2 minutes. 2 minutes of my life, because that is not true. Because
you
after
gotta be
Dessalines,
fair.
after
Okay.
Mika, you
Dessalines, you
gotta
have
be fair.
Alexander Piquion,
I
a
know.
mixed
You can
race
respond.
person.
We have
Give
to
me a
get the
second,
new
After
por
people
Alexander
out of the
favor.
way.
Piquion, you have
Sí.
Boyer, a mixed race person. You guys
Just bear with me.
gotta stop running. You guys
Give me
gotta
a moment,
stop
please.
running with this fucking narrative, man.
George, mira, there's been a lot of information that we've discovered. I know this has been the narrative that, especially on the Spanish side of the Dominican TikTok, they've been repeating it, that they eliminated all the mixed people. That is not true. The mixed people.
That's
Hold on,
right
really
there.
quick.
And the
Really quick,
Salin
let me
history
explain.
is
Hold
there.
on.
Okay, I got it.
George, let me explain. They've actually the very same groups of minorities, of mulattoes and white people that have been holding a lot of the power since the colonial time. A lot of them, they're still alive. They still remain. And proof of that is Alexander Petion and Boyer, like he stated, and many of the families that have been there since colonial times. It's not every mulatto. Yeah, there were some cases that there were ethnic tensions, but no, not all mixed people were eliminated within Haiti.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna let MICAH. I don't know how to say your name. You can respond. Then we have to introduce FL, please. So go ahead.
So this, I want to say this real fast. Okay, me, Evie, we both came here and we said it blatant and straight. We love Dominicans. We cool with them. We don't have no issues. We wanted to clarify the historical background. But you gotta keep y'all in mind, folks. Y'all are saying a lot of words about how you want to say we don't want to be with you or all that stuff. A lot of Haitians really don't care.
Yeah.
Right now, what's happening? They're going over there for jobs, but let's be clear. Haitians know who they are. We're not out here saying a lot of things.
Hold on, you just a second ago you said.
Let me speak. Now you separate. Let me speak, Papa. You gotta let me speak.
These people are full of shit, bro. They're full of
because
shit.
y'all are triggered.
When you say garbage,
no, y'all gotta let me speak. Because I said it plain and clear. We're both Haitians, and we say we cool with y'all. I have Dominican friends. I don't know about y'all, about Haitian friends. I have no beef, but I wanted clarity. And what I'm getting is pushback and saying y'all don't want to be and all this other stuff and what I don't understand. I'm asking questions and I'm making statements. You can argue the point. You can argue the point, but here's the point. You gotta this is the thing what I'm saying is, if you're saying our history has conflicts, let's talk about the conflicts in our history and let's compare them. Mm-hmm. Because there's some points that are valid and there's some points that are very confusing.
I just want to. Do I have 10 seconds?
Hold on, ma'am. We got FL. She's
true.
new.
Y'all didn't give her a chance.
She has. I know. We have a new person. FL, go ahead, honey.
Loco, ese motor no sirve.
Hold on, guys. We have a new person. Can we be fair, please? I'm gonna start dropping. Go ahead, hon.
Hi. Thank you for letting me join. I actually am a very curious person, so I try to understand different perspectives. I wanted to ask, well, first of all, I want to ask what teacupping is, because I'm new to live. So when you said don't do that, I don't know what that means. But I've had a question for the people who are Dominican. When you say that you didn't send for us, right? Like we came in and I've heard them say a lot that I say we, because I wasn't there, that Haitians took over for the 22 years. Why do you believe that? Like, what do you believe as a historical fact of what happened there?
What was the population slave of Santo Domingo?
I'm sorry?
What was the population slave of Santo Domingo?
I'm asking you.
It was less than 7,000. It was less than 7,000.
Okay. So again, I'm asking, like, why do you think that Haitians went into
So
your side of the island?
Your
So
own
when I'm
people
telling
talk
you,
about it.
Oh,
Your own people talk about it.
No,
Gerard.
but can I say can I say that through I know what my people say. I came in, the very first thing I stated was I am open to other people's perspectives so I can understand. So the whole purpose of me asking is so that I understand your perspective. Do you understand, Gerard? Okay, can you continue, not white?
Okay.
out of the 100,000, less than 7,000 of the population were slaves. Meaning that in the colony of Santo Domingo, you had more free mulatto people than compared to your side. So essentially, it was never about stopping slavery. In fact, Boyer allowed Nunez Cáceres to keep his slave, who at the time was the governor of Santo Domingo.
Could you repeat the last part?
Nunez de Cáceres was the governor of the colony of Santo Domingo. And
Mm-hmm.
after Boyer came in, Boyer allowed him to keep his slaves. So it was never about slavery.
Okay.
All
And
right, guys,
also,
quick commercial break, really quick. I'm loving the conversation. Thank you for bearing with me. And everybody's going to get a turn around here, even if I have to argue and fucking go crazy. Everybody's going to get a turn, right? So can you guys tap the screen at least? Let's get to 20,000 likes. The next person, I think it was Evie. I think you wanted to respond. Go ahead.
Yes. Like Miss Shaq was saying, I don't have any problem with the Dominican that don't have a problem with me. That's clear. It's not like, we want to be you or we're trying to be you. It's not, I mean, like, to me as a Haitian, it's not like that at all. Like, I do visit your country. Like I said before, even when I first got here, I enjoyed the country. That's just me. I do not have a problem with you or your country. You believe what you believe. It's, I that doesn't bother me at all. Like, me talking about history, that doesn't mean that I hate you or I hate your country. No, nothing like that. But from what I've heard, some people, they just have this anger in them for Haitians. It's crazy. They just dislike Haiti so much, like we did something bad to them. That I like that doesn't really hurt me, but it just sounds funny to me because the way some of you Dominicans hate Haiti, like, you dislike Haitians, is funny.
Can I say something before I leave? Especially to the lady who's talking right now, please.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm from Dominican. I'm born and raised in my country. And I don't understand what I mean hate. I see and hear in Dominican Republic how Haitian work. They walk our street. Children go to the school. And we take taxi together. We walk the street together. Technically, we do everything together because so many Haitian and Dominican, and you don't see Dominican do anything wrong to them. So I
Dominicans
don't know
like
what it's
you, I don't
being
have a
hate.
problem with, sweetie.
Okay, yeah, but I
Because
don't
you
know
want
when you know what I mean. Hate is something like I don't want to see you even close to me, and I don't even want to see you go to my school, and I don't see that in Dominican. We don't see it, and anybody from Dominican here, or you say that you being Dominican and you go to the street, you don't see the hate that you think that we have from Haiti. We don't. The thing that you see is something that we don't like is when Dominican talk about anything that we feel is not right in our country, everybody go around say Dominican is bad. But hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I believe the Haitian in my country, they have more hate in their own country than Dominican. What hate they receive in Dominican? They go to school, they rent everything to them without no paper. They work because I'm not gonna say Haitian work. And they go to school, children go to school with no problem. Dominican Republic is the only country, you can search it up, allow children without birth certificate because they come from Haiti and they don't have it. And we allow that then to do that. And Elia Pina from Bani, I'm from Bani. They cross the border to come to Elia Pina to study. And I see every time how Haitian work and do something good here. When you guys say, hey, I don't get it. We don't.
I'm living the life. Let me tell you that since you answered my what I was saying, and when you guys say that there are Haitians with no papers in Haiti and Dominican Republic, I agree. It is true. But do you guys know also there are so many Dominicans prostitutes in Haiti? In Petronville, like, you know, all those.
You can't
like,
say that word.
Oh, I'm
No.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You don't think that's hateful? Hold on.
Let her land.
Evie, hold on. Evie, don't you think that's hateful?
Let her land. Let her finish.
Don't you think that's hateful?
Let her finish.
Shut your mouth,
Mesh. They can speak
Shut your mouth, Mesh.
about Haitians, but I can't speak freely about them.
Bring some order.
Shut your mouth, Mesh.
Bring some order.
Evie,
Bring some order, please.
They can speak
Bring some
freely
order.
about Haiti. I can speak
No, bring some
freely.
order, please. I know you.
Mesh,
I know
can you
it's.
shut
I know
up?
it hurts.
Okay.
Mesh, can you shut up?
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Answer me this question. Do you
see?
believe that? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, man.
What?
Shut your mouth, bro.
Miss Zamir?
Shut your mouth. No, me. No,
My
I mean
goodness.
Shut your mouth, man.
TikTok warriors.
Yo, shut your mouth. No. We can take this in real life. So shut your mouth.
In real life?
Evie.
Are you in jail right now?
Your statement was hateful, yes or no?
No, I was just answering him.
No.
Exactly.
Let her statement about saying once again. Can I finish,
No, I did not say that.
That's why I need my powers. These guys are going to derail the whole thing. You do not believe that your statement was hateful?
No, I did not.
Exactly. This is the problem. When you throw hate, it is not hateful. Right?
Okay, if it was, then I apologize.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
No. Don't apologize for what you. No, don't apologize for who you are. The problem is like Haitians have a lot of hate towards Dominicans, and you want to project it onto.
That's not true. That's one-sided.
That's one-sided. One side. Okay, yeah. There's going to be one side here. Evie, when you make statements like that, generalizing a population, because this is done a lot, calling Dominican women prostitutes in general, and you act like it's not hate.
I said
you
some
play in everybody's face. No. I've heard this too many times. You have to acknowledge one thing. Your statements were hateful. I just want you to know that. Just continue on.
Okay. Papa, let me tell you.
Evie.
Yes,
did you know? Did you want to hear a fun fact? Some of your people, Haitian women, are going to DR to sell their cooter cat too. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But why didn't you say that first?
Okay. Maybe I did not say it like that. I'm sorry, Micah. I'm sorry. But it's just like he was saying like what we're doing in his country. And then I was saying what they doing in our country.
Bro, I don't say anything bad about you guys doing our country.
I'm sorry.
I don't say anything bad about you guys.
What did he say? Hold on, Evie. What did he say that was negative about you in the DR?
Right.
It doesn't matter. He was saying like what we're doing over there, like go to school. The children has no papers. They go to school and then
what did he say that was negative? What did he say that was negative?
Yeah.
Papa Dog, when you're talking to them, I did not say anything that was out of line like that.
Yes, it was.
If you want to be a lawyer to them, that's you. I'm not hating them. I go to their country all the time. I love the food. I love the music. I don't have a problem with them at all.
Okay, Evie, can me and you close this loop?
You see that, folks?
Some of you have never been to Dominican Republic. Some of you don't know the country at all.
What do you
I have
mean?
been there so many times. I don't have a problem with them.
Who here? Do you hear
compliments and one critique?
George speaks with an accent. He is from the Dominican Republic.
Yo soy de Baní, 100%.
Exactly.
I'm talking about
Esperado. Hold on. Esperado.
You're not being fair.
Esperado.
Right
yeah, cool story.
What's up?
Esperado speaks with an accent. He's been to the Dominican Republic. Gerardo speaks with an accent. He's been to the Dominican Republic.
You guys,
Everybody has been to the Dominican Republic or were born in the Dominican Republic.
Hold on, guys. Let me address something really quick because I know they're going to use this for content. I'm being fair to everybody. I'm not the one dropping you. I'm the one keeping you up here. So just stop talking when you're not supposed to be talking. So don't put that shit on me. You're getting muted by
the rules here, though.
Okay.
Then tell me the rules so I can know.
You can't interject when somebody's talking. You gotta wait.
Okay, two people are talking. You can't interject when two people are talking.
Yes.
Oh, just go.
Because
Give your opinion. Give your opinion. Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead, sir. Go ahead, because I already know these people are gonna attack me.
No,
Say I'm
I just want clarity
this.
on how. Listen, my goal here is to have understanding. I really do want to understand the Dominican side because I watched y'all movies. I've been to the DR. We both told you, Evie and me and FL, that are 100% Haitian. We told you we appreciate y'all. If y'all don't want certain things that y'all can critique about us, that's fine. But I'm trying to get to understand. I'm not here to argue and to say I'm better and I gotcha moment. I want to understand. That's my point.
Okay,
It's not
so
about you. It's not
You
about you
could just be
saying,
fair with that. I'm
okay,
cool.
yes, sure, whatever. It's not about you trying to be fair with us or anything like that. Is that you're trying to say that we
Mika
are
about fairness.
cool? Yeah, cool. What I'm telling the audience is that this individual here, right, is saying that us, right, that us and Dominicans and Haitians are one and the same, and that if it wasn't for the French and Spaniard and the Spaniards, that we would be kumbaya, and that there never existed a border to divide us, which is
So
an
you don't
utter
want to be the
lie.
same.
We are not the same, sir.
can
We
we
Okay,
are
so you don't want to be the
not.
same. That's fine.
Like,
I have no problem.
but nobody talk about not white, who's making it so clear that he's not dealing with Haitians. Like, we're not one of, like,
If they don't want to do that, that's fine.
we're
I
not
don't have no
talking
problem
about
with that.
that. We're not reading between the lines. But
No,
like,
you're essentially saying is that our history is the same. Our history is not the same. Our
exactly.
culture
Then
is
can you
not the
please
same.
explain that part?
Yeah, so Mesha, I
I
got a
already, I
question for
already, I
you.
already explained it to you about the French and the Spanish. I already explained to you the genetic makeup
So
in our
I'm of
culture.
French descent. To you, I'm French descent.
No, you're just Haitian. How about that? And I'm Dominican. That's
but
it.
Okay,
before
but no, help me
Haitians, there
understand.
was just one
Yeah.
land. Before
Yes, one
Haitians,
land. Yeah.
Dominicans, there was just
Oh
one
my
land.
God.
So
You
Oh
see,
hold
my
on.
God.
this is. I
Really?
want the audience to understand. I want the audience to hear this. They're saying that because it's one island, that means all the people in there
She is
were
saying
one
that.
thing. No, but you're the same answer because you're
No, I'm
basically
not.
saying
Don't do
you
that.
said the same thing. You
No,
said that
you don't do that.
you said there did not exist any border. So
No,
therefore,
that because
you
that's
said
history.
there was a border. They
Alexis,
had a treaty. They had a treaty. What are you talking about? They
So
had
this is the
multiple
Yeah.
thing.
treaties.
Okay, here, right there. So we're looking from the lens of Europeans. I'm not gonna
Cool.
debate that. I'm just trying to get clarity. We're seeing this from the lens of Europeans, right?
Even when Nunez Cáceres claimed independency, if you look at the map that he put, he put the what was the Spanish territory. He didn't put the entire island.
All
Yeah.
right. So you're looking from a Spaniard descendant perspective.
because
And what
we're
are Dominicans
Spaniards the
then?
same. What
I'm
do you
not
And what
want
I'm
are
not
us to
arguing
Dominicans?
do?
that.
You're
I'm not
looking for
saying
what's right and wrong.
I'm not saying that's wrong. No, don't get tight on that because I'm just getting clarity. I'm not putting no insinuations behind it.
But why you
I'm getting
conclude as
clarity.
it say
So
Spanish?
you're looking this from a Spaniard's perspective. I'm not mad at that. That's just what it is.
I'm looking at it from a Dominican perspective, and I'm
Before
looking at
Dominican existed, what was it?
Are you
it
looking at it
was
from a
a
French perspective? Because you say you were part French.
no,
I'm
no, no,
asking. No,
no,
I asked him,
no,
does he see
no,
me that way?
gancho. No, you're just Haitian to me. You're just Haitian to me.
Okay, so that's
You
fine.
have your
Listen,
history. You have
all
your history.
right.
I have
So
my history. We are not the
because
same. You
no,
gotta stop
because
that.
this is the thing. I grew
We
up
were
with
never the
American.
same. All
Listen, if
right.
you don't want to be the
Your
same with
pe-
me, that's fine. I don't care.
your people arrived in the 1700s. All right.
So my
The
people,
average.
meaning what? Meaning who?
Yeah, all right. The average slave, right, in the colony
So the
of
slave
Saint
people are
Domingue,
my people.
right? The whatever you want to be, right?
They were
The
also
average
slaves to
lifespan.
the Spain.
Yes, we had slaves. There weren't that
You
many.
did not
It's
So
have
not.
slaves. You were the slaves to the Spain
We did. Oh my
before you
god.
become
We
okay,
who you are today.
Evie brought a interesting
Evie,
idea. So do you
Evie,
believe that your descendants have slavery in it? Not
Yes, we
white.
had slaves.
yes.
Yes, we have.
Okay, so
Did I not
so
say
your
that?
descendants
Did I
have
not say
slaves
that?
in it.
Did I not say that?
Oh
Did I
my
not
I'm
say that?
goodness.
asking you a
They
question. I'm not
like
listen.
not for everyone to act so perfect. Like you were not
I'm not
slave.
perfect. I'm
You are
not
Listen,
not
I'm
perfect.
not
you are not slave.
Evie. It's all right.
I want the
Calm yourself.
audience.
Calm yourself. It's
I
fine.
want
Okay.
this is I'm
Be
doing this
who
more
you
for the
want to be,
audience.
sweetie.
These
Evie, you're
people,
trying
right?
to
These
transfer your
No,
trauma
Mira,
not
onto
white.
us, the
Ana,
No,
white
you
no
gotta
te
guys.
stop doing
mete,
this,
Ana,
Evie.
¿Qué te
no te
digo?
mete, Ana, no te mete,
Pero
Ana.
¿por qué?
Because I don't want you, man. Just
Loco,
calm
¿por qué tú
down,
quieres
bro.
controlar la narrativa tanto, en verdad? Déjame
Because
But
you
meterte
listen,
con
start
todo.
off.
okay,
We
No
so
saben
don't want you
debatir.
to. We do
Ustedes
not
no
want you
saben
Exactly.
to.
debatirle a esta gente. Ustedes lo
Yeah.
ayudan. Ustedes no se dan de cuenta.
Ustedes son más brutos y estúpidos, bro. I'm telling you, y'all niggas do a horrible job, bro. I'm
Pero
doing this
que
for
yo no
Nigga,
estoy diciendo nada.
you're saying the same shit that I just fucking told us people like 2 hours
No,
ago.
you
And you
didn't.
just
What are
wanted
you
to,
saying?
you
people? What
just
is up
wanted to
with
have the
that?
glory. You just wanted to have the glory to say it
It's
yourself.
sure, it's
That,
sure,
that's
it's
it.
Ahora
sure,
van
it's
a
sure.
pelear entre ellos. Okay.
No,
It's
porque
sure.
Okay.
No,
All
él está controlando la dinámica y no quiere que la
I
gente
have
hable.
to. I have to. You niggas
Deja
suck
que
at this, bro.
terminen, mano. Si él está haciendo un buen trabajo, ¿para qué tú quieres decir? No, yo también sé hacerlo. Bro,
Qué
déjalo que él
maldito buen
termine, bro.
trabajo. Si yo no he
Ya.
ido ni dos oraciones que él ha dicho. Qué maldito buen trabajo tú estás hablando.
Evie, wait,
Bro,
Johnny,
tú
Van a
estás con
¿qué
tu
seguir.
muy
ego y
opande,
uno está
Pichico?
tratando de hacer llegar un
Mesh,
mensaje. Es que ustedes son
Ah, sí, sí.
problemáticos, bro.
¿Qué
Déjenlo
muy
Mesha,
quieto.
opande? Muy
Papa Doc, we
inteligente.
don't care that you speak Spanish. We don't
No,
care. And a lot
Okay,
of
We're
us
well, then
not.
shut
understand
up
clearly.
and focus on the subject, man. Don't worry about me.
All
Exactly.
right, so I want to get to a point here. All right, so
Hold on, you're gonna have to wait because King is finally up here. He wants to speak.
okay, man.
Let him speak because he keeps dropping and coming back up. I don't even think he's gonna lose. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Pat.
Oh,
King.
hello.
Well, no, I just want to get clarity as to
We
how people
back.
see
We
things.
back.
It seems as though people see Haitians as just African, which I
All right,
mean,
hold on. He's here. Let him speak real quick.
okay.
Are you Dominican, sir? King.
King.
Are you
King.
asking me? No, I'm to myself.
Yes. Are you
I'm Puerto
Dominican? What do you
Rican.
have to say about the prompt? Okay. What do you have to say about the prompt? Go ahead.
Uh, like I said earlier, I don't think Haitians or Dominicans have no native blood in their veins. No Taino blood in their veins. That's all I'm saying.
Said that Haitians and
I
Dominicans.
think don't got no Taino blood in their veins.
I think that's a
And
fine. It's okay
you
if
guys,
people think that way.
Hold on. Let him
yeah,
finish.
no, and I do, and I believe you guys should be considered Africans. Well, at
Well,
least the
I think
Haitians should
that's
be
fine.
considered
Can
Africans,
you
and
reset your network? I
the
can't
men.
hear you.
Why do
I
you sound
can't
like
hear you. I
you're
can't hear you.
Indigenous
Yeah,
Taíno. Yeah, Indigenous Taíno. Fix your Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna drop
Fix your
you
Wi-Fi.
down. I was just making sure you get to
Fix
speak,
your
but
But I
fix your
think we need to.
Wi-Fi.
I think it's fine that
Fix
people
your
can
Wi-Fi
think
in
that
Ponce. I heard you guys don't have running water right now. Worry about that.
where.
Not you. I'm talking to the Borinquen.
In Puerto Rico.
yeah,
That's
let's make sure we're tapping
Okay.
the screen for you. Let's make
So
sure we're
I
tapping the
just want
screen.
to
You
keep
guys
this
are
clear.
hold on.
I'm
Let's make sure
fine.
we're tapping the screen. Can we tap
Yeah,
the screen, please? It's free to do. Did
yeah,
Anna not get to speak? Hold on. Did Anna not get to speak? Did she speak?
I don't. Who's that? Oh,
Oh, did she get to speak, guys?
no.
She's
Nana, go
she's
ahead.
good. She's
then
good.
moderate them.
Mika, my deson, I'm gonna go so you can add up somebody in my place.
Okay,
But
thank you,
Papa
hon. You have a
Doctor
great
or
day.
such a butt
Ibe,
kisser.
No, Femi
Ibe,
All
Jolu,
right, thank you.
Ibe.
Have a
Desan.
nice day, hon. Have a nice day, hon.
Vale,
Thank you
Ben.
for coming. All right,
Okay,
Anna,
probably.
you can go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to talk to her because she was like wondering why we have a beef with them when we don't have a beef with them. It's they who have a beef with us because they're basically wanting to come in on Father, like basically without restrictions, and
So,
we.
question about that. So, have we ever seen anti-hate, like anti-Dominican rhetoric profiles on TikTok or social media?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Those
Tons of them.
exist.
Oh
Send
my
them
God!
to me so I
Hold
Yes.
can
on,
see
hold
There's
on,
them.
tons
guys.
of them.
Hold on.
Yes.
Are you living
It's
Send them
under a
to me.
basically
rock?
like
Are
I'm
you living
interjecting.
under a
Is that
rock?
what you wanted, Mod?
Hold on. Bro, are you living
to
under a
call us
rock? Are you
racist and
serious
pray
right
that we
now?
shut up.
Are you serious?
Wait,
You know what? I got you. I'm gonna start
then
sending you
send it to me.
profiles.
Listen,
Hold
I'm
on,
not
hold
here to
on.
puff up my ego. I'm here
No, I'm gonna start sending you
to puff up my
profiles.
ego. I'm here.
Could you stop coming off mute, bro? Because you're pissing me off, bro. I'm gonna send you profiles and videos. Since you think there's nothing going on, I'm gonna send you stuff. I got some content for you. Are
Thank
you
you.
living under a rock? Are you
No,
serious?
that's the thing, Mika. I'm not here to
Okay.
puff up myself. I'm really trying here to
Can I,
understand. I'm not here to be like, oh my gosh, Haitians are the best.
can I
I'm here
say
to
something?
understand.
Mesh, can I say something? I got in
Yeah.
this subject because of the talks coming from Haitian spaces. That's how I got into this subject. I didn't care about no socio-political stuff. I heard so much controversy. And I used to kind of like try to defend and find out what's going on, trying to like, attack Dominicans. And when I found out these is groups of NGO funded Haitian Americans that are spreading a bunch of propaganda that's causing a bunch of trouble online. And in person, there are some people within academia that's spewing false history as well in the United States. I went to CUNY, Medgar Evers, and I took some classes that I thought were correct. And then later when I did my research, I was like, wait a second, these people are lying. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I got into the subject. It wasn't most Americans don't even know what's going on.
So you're saying that there's a good amount of people on the Haitian side that has this sentiment?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Say this something quick to mesh. There is people online in the last maybe.
If you can't say my name properly, just say Alexis or Alex.
All right, whatever the name it is.
Alex or Alexis.
Yeah, that name, Alexis, Alex.
Do y'all hear how y'all talk?
Let me point this out. I would say probably the last 15, maybe 20 years. Online, there has been this discourse from people, not all of them Haitians, but a lot of them are Haitians, which what they do normally is to come to places like this and start talking about Dominicans and how Dominicans identify and try to create this narrative about Dominicans being racist. So a lot of us that come here to talk was pretty much just to defend our people and our culture. So this actually, I would say, started with that. Like we were pretty much degraded online. There were people saying things about us and about our culture and our people. So yeah, I think you have to do
okay. So
research.
Now I can get that point. So there's a group of people that have this anti-Dominican narrative, and it is interfering with the narrative of the overall Dominican people.
It's not a narrative. It's not a narrative that.
I'm sorry. Say that clear. Rhetoric or narrative? What did you say?
What I'm saying is, there is people that I will say they put a lot of effort and time. There's people that are professional Dominican haters, if you call it that way. There's people that they will start with how we identify, like how Dominicans identify. They will attack just the fact of me telling you I'm Dominican will be a problem to them.
Yes,
right?
There was that thing that happened online. Yes.
So stuff like that. Then they will start rejecting, saying things about our history, saying things about our people, and trust me, like a few years ago, nobody will be talking about the Dominican Republic in these platforms and stuff like that. But lately, this is a common topic. Dominicans and our cultural, our how we identify is a hot topic for a lot of people, not only Haitians.
Okay, so that's the broad world. That's basically like America and the Western world, how they're seeing it, because a lot of that narrative came with the Me No Black, I'm Dominican narrative, and that became a big thing. And so, yes, the overarching world, yes, there's those complaints and all that. Haitians are black, period. Gumster, listen, I'm not arguing that. Okay. But okay, I understand that that's a thing. I get that that's a thing. And I get that the fact that there's Haitians currently present in Dominican Republic that are from the lower class doing things that they're not supposed to be doing in DR. I'm aware of these things. And so now I think we got to get to the point where we have to just get clarification as to what's going on and just have an understanding of both sides. That's how I see it.
Wait, hold on, guys. Danny, thank you for coming. I like your videos. I be seeing you on my FYP. I'm surprised you came in. When you guys get done talking, just make sure everybody gets to go, because I'm going to be busy.
Okay.
So question, do y'all consider yourself y'all consider yourself a mixed ethnic group?
Can we, no, there's no ethnic groups. That doesn't make any sense.
So mixed race?
Hold on 1 second, because Alexis, we got Jay Mula. He's Haitian. He's next to you. He wants to speak. Go ahead, Jay Mula.
Papa Doc made me talk heavy setting. God damn, Papa Doc. Yo, what's up, everybody? What up? I want to say this. So real quick, I want to address the host real quick. I'm going to get to the prompt. I find it funny, right? And I tell Dominicans and Haitians, we got to be careful. You have people making live. They're not even Haitian or Dominican. And these people are no. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. And it's like me making a video about Central Domingo, and I never been there. Dominican's gonna say to me, "Yo, bro,
Never been to
hold
DR?
on.
How
But
you
I'm
know I
just
never
So
saying.
been
No,
to
Michael,
no,
DR?
listen.
let him finish.
Let me
I got the
finish.
perfect rebuttal for him. I got the
No,
go
but I'm
ahead.
not saying
You
that.
a
But my
D
thing is
sucker.
that you got these people who are not even Dominican or Haitian making live. Mind you, she's Jamaican. I've never seen her make a live about Asians taking over her country. You got Jamaicans right now
I have
crying.
actually.
Their
I did. I
beaches.
did.
Finish.
I
Let him
don't
I
see,
finish.
but you
did.
should.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, but you should make more because it's not because now
You
your
think you
people
should
should,
go?
and it's so funny because there's I'm watching the census. There's a lot of Jamaicans that are still in Jamaica. They're in Canada. They're in England. They're in New York. They're everywhere, but Jamaica, right? But every live I always see. Anytime they got Haiti, you always there. You see what I mean? But every live though, she's always right in Haiti. But her people.
You could be there to have an
But
understanding.
Okay, so you said enough. What
Let
is
Jay
the
no, no,
root
no.
Muller
Let
of
me
the
finish.
finish.
Let me
failure
finish. No, no, no,
from?
no,
Hold
no.
on.
I'm
Let
going to
Jay
address the
Muller
prompt.
Let him
finish.
finish. Let him finish. Let him
Let
finish,
him
and then I
You know
got
what I
my.
finish,
mean?
guys. Let him
I got the
finish.
perfect rebuttal for him. Go
You know what I
ahead,
mean?
Jay.
No, no,
No, I'm a
Yeah.
rebuttal Blanco, not
White,
you.
not white. It's not you for you to
Micah, come
rebut it.
on.
Not white. It's not for you to
I'm a
rebuttal. You
rebuttal. I'm a
Dominican.
grown ass woman. I can stand
I
10
can
toes
understand why
down.
you were here. I can understand why you're here. You know what I mean? But you Dominican. I'm not
You
saying
sound
that.
like a bee. You
I'm
sound
It
not
like a
don't
saying
bee
even
right
it's
now.
not a
matter.
beef.
But finish
It
up,
does
because
matter, but I'm
you
gonna
sound
finish
like
it.
a
But
fucking
as
crybaby.
far it's funny because you should address that Asians are taking over your country. They own the beaches. They own the goddamn
And,
everything. Yes, they do. They own
Yeah,
everything,
but I feel
but
like
what
you
about
just
your
getting mad
country?
because she's
What
bringing
about
up
your
a
country
valid
though?
point.
Your
bro.
country's a shithole. Like
Hold up,
literally.
Danny. Hold up, Danny. If you have that same, if you have that energy for Micah,
Nah,
you
nah,
should
nah,
have that.
Blanco. I
You should
got
have that
this. I
same
got this.
energy. You should have that same energy for
Blanco,
Afro Latino,
I
because
got
Afro
this.
Latino is your biggest homie. He's the one that's doing the biggest lives out of all of you guys. Your people follow
Okay,
him
so I
around.
got
Your
this. Hold
people
on,
promote
Blanco.
him. Your people be
I
reposting
know,
all his
but
content.
no, no,
Hold
but
on. No, no,
understand.
no, no. Hold on.
Cause
Let me
you be
talk.
on his
Let me
panels
talk. Hold
too. You
on.
sit
Hold
there, you
on.
wait your turn.
Can I
Not white.
Oh,
talk
Listen,
on
not
my
what
white.
happened now?
panel, bro? Like,
What
chill
happened
out,
now?
Every
please.
time there's a Haitian live though, she's ditto. We're not talking every time.
Okay, so that
Nigga,
sounds
I
like
be
you mad at
talking.
her
Hold
for
on.
bringing up facts, though.
But
It's like
No,
but
that's
no.
what
not even
Okay,
a
now I'm gonna
topic
address the
here.
prompt though. Okay, now I'm done. I'm done.
Go ahead,
Nah, you can
Micah. Go
shut the
ahead,
fuck
man.
up. Hold on. You can
what
shut the
about
fuck
Afro
up.
Latino? What about Afro
Hold
Latino?
on,
Okay, I'm gonna address
Blanco.
the prompt, and I'm gonna
No,
address
let
the
me
prompt because now
talk.
do Haitians?
Nigga, shut
Why
the fuck up. Go
why you
suck
wanna
your mother. Hold
no?
on,
But
hold on. No, let me talk. Let me talk. Because I'm getting tired of y'all. Respectfully, this is a free country. I could talk about what the fuck I want to talk about. I talk about everything on my panel. If I want to talk about this, that's fine. I can do whatever I want to. And Jamaica's not getting taken over by Asians. That's the propaganda. We do have Asians over there that are discriminating Jamaicans, but discrimination's everywhere. You want to come over here, you want to spin like a ballerina, you thought you were cute, you thought you did something, but I could talk about whatever I want to. I need you to come over here and do something about it. If you feel some type of way about me talking about whatever I want to talk about. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. And actually, hold on, I've been to Dominican Republic, sir. Get the fuck out of here. Go suck your mother. Go
no, but
suck on
Micah,
your daddy's
you
cock.
have to mention
That's what
Afro
you need to
Latino,
do.
because if
Go
you
get on your
say
knees.
right,
Hold on, Blanco. Hold on, Blanco. Go get on your knees and go suck your mama's cock and your daddy's
Whoa.
cock.
Damn,
Whoa,
damn.
no,
what?
no,
Fuck
no,
you
but
Wow.
too.
Micah, you
Wow,
have to,
Mika, that's weird.
Micah, you always have to mention Afro Latino, because if you tell him, well, I get to speak about whatever I want, he's just gonna keep attacking you. You just be like, oh, so you guys don't mention Afro Latino, you go
Yeah,
on
that's
his
another thing too,
panels,
Blanco.
yeah,
Actually,
that's all
hold
you
on real
gotta
quick.
do.
Hold on. This is another thing, right? You got a churro princess, right? He loves chorizo. He loves BBC. He's talking about his own people, and then he's talking about Dominicans. Over here, cosplaying like he cares about what's going on in the diaspora. He's a Mexican. But y'all let him speak because he
Oh,
sucks the
I
black
can't stand that dude. I can't
White
stand that. Fuck.
Mexican. He is a white
Yo, I
Mexican,
cange
just to be clear.
stand that dude,
So
bro. I can't.
He
Alexis,
takes chorizo
listen carefully.
and
Listen
cinnamon
carefully,
rolls.
Alexis. Mexican, Alexis. Speak representing a specific group of Haitians that Jay Mula is part of, representing
Oh
Haitians
wait, that
and
guy that
speaking against Dominicans and other Latinos. So that Jay Mula
that
would
guy
come
that
up.
guy
Hold on, real quick.
It's
Jay
that
Mula would
faggot
come up
dude,
and
that fruity
criticize her.
dude.
Jay Muller was
I'm trying to
criticizing her.
Hey,
hold on.
Danny, I
But
got a
didn't that
drop you.
guy?
You can't use
See,
that
the
word.
problem
Come back
is
up.
like you
Come back
guys got
up.
to let other people speak. When Alexis, hold on, and then the
Come back
same
up,
way,
Danny.
the same way, there is Queen 1804. She does live with an African Fulani guy who's half Arab called Tarko 10. She hosts live speaking about Dominicans on that. They don't say anything about them. When you have Black History, who's Jamaican from the UK, doing live slandering Dominicans,
They
they
reported
also be
you.
on their side and don't
Danny,
do
they
anything
reported
about
you.
it. Do you understand, Alexis? It's the hypocrisy. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on, and a lot of it is tied to money that comes from Washington, D.C. and comes from NGO and the UNs.
Papa
And a
Doc, I'm
lot
gonna
of
have
you,
to start the live over. Like, he pissed me
okay.
off. Hold on, just come back, y'all. I'm gonna restart real quick, okay?